stretches of days have passed since this previously began. And it left at a cliffhanger, no less. But before that, before any of that, of course, the recap. What actually happened in the session? Does anyone even remember? Important questions.
Gideon had a nice long talk about an axe.
This
By
is
talk,
true.
I mean, that was actually the last fight. He almost killed one of Elder Tarina's minions.
I never even touched her.
It's true, and there's no guarantee that it would have been as one-sided a fight as one might expect, considering he was tied to a bed.
That didn't last very long, though.
It didn't, it's true. Regardless, they resolved the confusion.
That's how a lot of Rose's days ended, too, with somebody tied to a bed.
This is true, but hopefully none of them were utilizing that awful grip.
No.
But no, the confusion was resolved, and the reality has been made clear. It doesn't matter how much Gideon trusts himself, or believes that he is trustworthy, the individuals therein feared that he could very well still be a sleeper agent. Indeed, anybody could be. For the 7. Armed with this knowledge, Gideon returned to his companions, who were making their infiltration in the home of one Jacob Cabs, which happened to belong to an apartment block. An apartment block that was unmistakably eerie. Eerie for the simple reason that it seemed to be inhabited. All evidence spoke of inhabitation at the very least. However, there was none of that sense of life, that it was a lived-in space. Like, everyone has an imprint on the world. Like, we feel that literally us as human beings right now. You can generally tell when a place has been lived in. Like, lots of little senses that combine in your mind and say, someone lives here, or someone has lived here recently. And although you could visually see all these facts, none of your minds were telling you, someone lives here. There was also a rather disturbing quantity of ash, I believe, everywhere. Now, before we pick up at the cliffhanger itself... Yeah, before we pick up at the cliffhanger itself, though, first, my dears, we have your aspirations.
Hey, you remember?
I did do remember.
You did a heck of good remembering.
Yes, so, starting off, Lily, we have the aspirations make big money, help Tim with his job, that has 2 pluses, and fix your vision. Would you like to change any of those? I'll come back to you, dear. So, DCL, you have complete a job without resorting to violence with a plus in it, and also, in a violent confrontation, kick the most ass with nothing in it, and perform a job alongside Rose with 2 pluses in it. Would you like to change any of these?
I changed nothing!
Alright. I'm gonna put this out there. You're pretty certain you're about to get into violence. That's going to be a problem for your goal of complete a job without resorting to violence, and it has a plus in it.
Hey man, I specifically had the 2 of these because one would have to fail.
This is true, but right now I'm telling you, you could preemptively swap the one out that's about to fail.
Okay, right. If you're gonna let me cheese.
I mean, it's not cheesing. That's why aspirations are done at the start of a session, because your aspirations may change based on what you're walking into. And what you're walking into is a fucking fight.
Well, I already have an aspiration covering the fighting thing.
Correct. So you could pick something entirely different.
Honestly, I wasn't planning on choosing, so I have no other aspirations at the moment, so I guess I'm just gonna have to take that.
Alright then, tell you what, since you're going to skip taking a new one, and you're walking into this knowing it's about to fail, would you like to bank it for half its worth right now?
Oh, sure.
Alright, it's worth 2 experience. You get your jump out of the bet early clause. And you didn't take a new one, so it was worth 2 points and that's it. Instead of its potential 4 or more.
2 beats or 2 experience?
Beats, not experience. Jesus, no, just beats.
Yeah, you said 2 experience. I was like, wait.
Yeah, you know what I mean, really. But yeah, so you can get that 2, assuming you do not take a replacement aspiration for the one you know you're about to fail.
Yep.
It's like when you're gambling and you're pretty certain that you're about to lose out on rates, so you're just going to pull out the money you received before. There'll be a small cost, of course, but, better than nothing.
Cashing out now.
Yep. Maz, we have Research the Persistent Shadows with a plus. We have Learn the Identity of Grim Knight. And we have Resolve the Side Job Shaking a Few Trees with 2 pluses. Would you like to change anything?
Yeah, at least for now, I'm gonna give up on Grim Knight. There's a lot of more pressing concerns.
Sure thing. What would you like your new aspiration to be?
Do not allow the agents of the Seven to kill any of my companions.
Awesome. That is perfectly acceptable.
Actually, I'll specify kill / torpor any of my companions.
Sure.
Otherwise,
Yeah, them
Gideon
going
could,
down
like,
and...
get knocked out and, spend the next 50 years having another nap, and it would still count.
Very true. Although I feel like I would probably... You wouldn't be able to come back around to bank that one in. For 50 years of game time to pass. Alright.
I'm back.
Hello back. We'll come back to you in a moment if you want to change anything there. Gideon, you have become ingratiated with the local Invictus with a plus in it, and assist my coterie with a side job with 2 pluses in it. You have space for 1 new aspiration. Would you like to take that aspiration, and would you like to change any aspirations you already have? Rem. I'll miss that guy.
BRB not changing any aspirations.
Oh, okay, excellent. But he needs to take a new one, so...
Does he?
Yeah, he's got 2. He has a 3rd one he can take.
Clearly, his new aspiration should be to pick up a pair of stilettos.
Nah.
Because Rose convinced him of the value of stilettos.
Yeah, sure. Scrolling back to you, Lily, then. Are you changing any of your aspirations?
I'm gonna replace. I don't know if it's a bit too on the nose, but depending on who you ask, on the nose aspirations, are a thing. That people should do. I'm gonna replace make big money for now.
Yep.
With survive the fight against the pale monster things.
Sure thing. Hello, Rem. And you may not need to change any aspirations, but you scored one in last time, so you need to take a 3rd one.
What did I score in last time?
Get reacquainted with the modern age. Right now, all you have right now is become ingratiate with local Invictus 1+, and assist your coterie with a side job at 2 pluses. You need to take a new 3rd aspiration.
I suggested his aspiration should be to pick up a pair of stilettos, but...
Unless an acquisition is actually challenging, that's not a valid aspiration.
I'll have to think about that.
Well, you're gonna have to
I
think
can't
quick
think of anything
because
at the moment.
you can't... Yeah, alright, well, you can't really pick it midway through the session, so you have to think nice and quick.
Is that okay,
I
or
recommend...
is that not okay?
It's not particularly okay because you can't... Well, if you did that, you still wouldn't be able to score it. Yes, Sorry, I nudged one of my mute hotkeys. It's not really okay to wait. You can't score it in, like, later. You can't, like, hang on to it. Instead, you should really pick one at the start. That said, you could do what Lily did. No, you can do what Lily did and pick, survive the fight against the pale monsters. Just pick an immediate, that's probably one you can score in.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
A lot of the developers suggest actually having ones you're gonna score that session,
Yep.
because those are usually the pressing concerns of people at the time.
There we go. Okay. And with those aspirations resolved, we scroll back. The cliffhanger that our companions face is as follows. DCL has kicked in a door, rolled into the corner cover at the same time as Etienne made her way in. I believe she's firing a harpoon gun. Well, no, she's got a harpoon gun ready to fire. And a creepy pale being has stood to face you, spreading teeth. I mean, they sort of are. I believe they are actually technically covered by clothing, so there you go.
Oh yeah. See,
That's safe.
That's
Safe.
perfectly fine.
Safe for work.
That is like a marble statue at a high class museum.
Yep. There's something covering it, so it's okay.
I like that logic.
It's excellent logic. It's also true. True.
All right.
In the most technical sense, yes, I suppose.
Look, technically correct is the best kind of correct.
Especially if you're a lawyer.
But yes, this individual, just when you look at them, to you they do not seem to really be like a living person. They have every facsimile of life. They don't smell of vitality, even though they have a beating heart, even as far as you can tell. But everything about them is a pale grey and white. From hair to skin, to teeth to eyes, to gums, to tongue, all of it. It is effectively soundless. It is staggering one step towards you all. What do?
I'm trying to remember if Cloak of the Night could be used once people have already looked at you.
What does the power Cloak of the Night say?
I'm reading it now.
Okay.
In the screen in the background, he vanishes. Cloak Night, shadow. Great. Look. Disappears from perception of everybody around him. It doesn't say you can't.
Then you can certainly cast I Turn Invisible if you would like to turn invisible.
No reason why not to. Spend a Vitae and turn invisible.
Alright, I'm gonna open this up. That's one of you on there. Alright, if anyone would like to roll up their initiatives, it is 1d10 plus your initiative statistic, which is somewhere on your sheet, automatically calculated.
Alright.
Remember, if you use weapons and they have an initiative malus, so select them. It's automatically applied to your initiative stat, but
Also, if you're already empty-handed, then you technically aren't initiative penaltied on the turn you want to draw your weapon, but it's still slower because you have to draw a weapon.
Quick draw, haha.
Alright then, so yeah, you can quick draw a weapon and you roll initiative with the penalty of whatever your weapon is.
I gotta look up the penalty of a shotgun.
Is it not already on your sheet then?
It is not. I'm a butt.
Okay.
It's technically not the same type of shotgun, but it's a shotgun. I just have the
Oh, big
double
money.
barrel. And this is like a proper pump. But
Il Bumpo.
The pump.
Alright, I believe it's Hurt Locker has all that gunnage in it.
so that's +2 initiative.
Let's see.
Oh
Equipment.
my.
What is the negative on your gun?
-4 for
Hmm.
shot.
Rough. Okay.
Unless I find our double barrel to be less
Whatever.
elsewhere.
Pretty sure her initiative is 6, and she's carrying a harpoon. Grand crossbow, so that's 3. I'd actually just, like, she's got a sheet that exists, but it has no details recorded on it because I didn't fucking bother with that. I just needed her as a clickable name. But that's fine. +1 merit class evening. Matchless eyes.
We should stat her up at some point.
Yeah, I will stat her up and also give her sexy waifu merit.
Damn, quick draw must be in the core. Let me see if the
Quick draw just means if you have quick draw for whatever the fuck it is, then you have it, and that means that weapon will be in your hand if you need to. You usually have quick draw and then the weapon that you quick draw type, which for you I imagine is knife.
Yep.
So yeah, whenever in any situation, not just in combat, mind you, any situation you want to be like, they flip around with a weapon in hand, like, if you got quick draw that weapon, then fucking it's in your goddamn hand, and there's nothing I can do about it. So yeah, you have it in your hand.
Quick draw penis.
This is true.
Whenever anything comes up, boom, penis in hand.
I have quick draw penis. If anything comes up, I can draw a penis rather quickly.
I
Nice.
Have quick draw,
I like it.
I have quick draw the other person's weapon. Whenever we get in combat, I automatically have the other person's weapon in my hand.
No, it's quick draw your nose. Every time fight starts, I got your nose.
Oh my god. 47 has to be.
What was the name of that new armory book? I forget.
Hurt Locker.
Hurt Locker.
Ever heard of a
I just don't
Hurt's
remember
donut?
How the combat system
The
works.
John Hurt Locker.
I'll give you a moment, and it's fine.
Out of character, I'm thinking I should probably put another point in Status Invictus.
It wouldn't be a bad idea.
I think for like status, we're meant to earn buying that.
Correct.
Very well.
I mean, you should justify every purchase.
You should, yes, but that's also one that I am more closely paying attention to, and indeed will, like, generally ask people to record, like, how many steps they are into being allowed to buy a new status.
Yeah, because that shit's, like, actually
So important. It's really important.
makes you a target, or...
It affects your entire group's reputation based on your varying status. Right now, since it's primarily an Invictus status group, there is no conflict state for your group either. Like, if multiple people have, like, up to status 4 of different groups at once, then there's a lot of pressure for you to not be part of the same coterie. Or to at least explain yourselves, etc. Or try and espionage each other.
You violated the law. Explain yourself.
I'm sorry, I stood next to a thing I was picking up and a thing I was not allowed to, and it went into my inventory with no checking, and now I lose everything I stole earlier. Fuck.
Basically.
What's her butt? Rose might be picking up Carthian status at some point. That'll be fun.
You can do that for like no challenge if it's your first fucking dot, because that's obviously you
Right.
getting ingratiated. But anything after that, yeah, same rules apply. Yeah. So, Rem, can we get an initiative from you as well, please?
I did.
I will update you in the turn order then. And the pale thing. +6. Ooh, look at me, rolling good. So, initiative. So
So
it's
initiative.
just how it goes sometimes. Wow. Well,
Woo.
someone's in the hood.
Ooh, ooh, that's the sound of the police.
Whoop whoop.
That's the sound.
Actually, it was a fire truck.
No.
I live down the street from a fire station.
That's loud. Okay, point made, thank you.
Oh, it's just like
Very clearly.
sorry, I didn't know it was doing that.
Anyway, so
Probably because I wasn't talking.
yeah, probably. The pale thing goes first, and let's see here. So technically, right now, since there was no way it had some kind of reaction in place for if someone goes invisible, they can try and do anything to stop you. But you go invisible, and that tells it that it's obviously time to aggress. And I'm sure you've seen like that herky-jerky walk where something suddenly is stood on one spot and then you blink and it's done the scrambly side-to-side sped up in camera walk that you see in horror movies. Like,
Oh, that effect's so cheesy. I hate it.
it is, but it's probably very unsettling when it happens in real life.
Probably. It's like, oh no, you realize that those hack directors weren't such hacks after all.
What
They
did
have
they know
validations.
that we didn't?
They have validation now, and that's the worst part of all.
So yeah, this pale thing is going to... If you were to watch it in slow motion, it would look like a drunk person is going step, 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 step. But it happens instead incredibly fucking quickly. Still no real sound comes out of it, and you hear an oh fucking shit from Etienne. And it's gonna take a fucking swing at her.
No.
On box, but bitch.
Let's see here.
It can't box her. You're invisible. You made her the only target.
You know when you said, I mean, I don't see any reason why not? I was like, don't correct him. Don't tell him the reason why not. Okay, so this is unarmed combat. Etienne's defense, I believe, is probably close to DCL's if I grab his sheet just to steal the number. Is this 3? Yeah, 3 sounds about correct.
God damn it.
Rose is gonna be shotgunning that thing.
Yep.
Not my waifu, you bitch.
2, 3, 4 strength. 1, 2, 3 brawl. And then -3 defense. And then also it has a horrible monster merit. Gives it an extra dice. I get a success against her.
Do you?
So, oh, no, that is a 7, not an 8. Wow. So it comes at her like a fucking whirlwind of punches, and Etienne scrambles and, like, weaves on the spot. She doesn't exactly step away, but a lot of noise has been made. And y'all are fucking vampires, you can certainly hear it. Timothy. This, I believe, was happening in this room? Remember rightly? So down the stairs and into another apartment has been kicked open.
Yeah, and now there's struggling sounds.
Yep.
Huh?
You definitely heard an oh fucking shit out of Etienne.
Oh, cocksucking balls.
Alright. Well, I guess I'll just start shadow blobbing my way over.
Sure.
And
Jesus, is there a gang war going on out there?
and I'll actually spend a willpower so I can, do be a three-dimensional shadow thing that can do some physical shit.
Fair enough. Yeah. How far can you move in, I think it still measures in feet in this game.
Meters.
It's meters. Let's check. I've set that up on this. No, I've got left in feet. One moment.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
One square
There,
is one square.
a square is a square, correct? But there you go.
Yeah. I've got a speed of 10. So. How farther is it to get from in the room I was in, out, down the stairs?
You'd made your way to the bedroom, if I remember correctly, where you'd seen the most of the act.
I was about.
Oh, you were about to go to the
going
bedroom.
To the bedroom.
Okay, so
The trail was leading up to it, and then they
sure. Well, okay.
kicked the door in.
If you look over here, then the room you were in was probably like a mirror in like layout at least. So you would have walked into here, and you did your little like a walk around of this room, and then went for this room. So you're like right by the door, so you can probably make it down the stairs with your 10 movement like immediately and be at this door.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Whip.
So, also, just to remind people, when I'm in my 3D shadow form, I am literally just made of shadow. I am a black silhouette with glowing eyes.
Oh, you're my brother.
Oh god, I'm now reminded of that thing like, yo, the fucking color filter doesn't work on my dad. That's one of my favorite photos.
And I think if I can just get there, I have to leave it there.
Yep, that's your movement to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Good Jim.
You can walk through me, though, so I'm not in the way.
That's gotta suck. I'm about to be inside you, Timmy. Yeah, Rem, it is your go. I'll miss that
Protect the
guy.
waifu.
I'll miss that guy. Rem!
I'm here.
Lily? It's so loud.
Just trying to figure out what I want to do here.
Okay, I'm gonna, like, you're stood like, basically outside this door, so I'm gonna position you where you are in the hallway, which is probably here, compared to everybody else. So, 3 steps away from the door. With 4 speed, you can get into the door and do stuff.
How about just tackle the thing?
Okay. To me, that sounds like you're brawling it.
Grapple checks are a thing.
Yeah, and I believe that they are nested in brawl.
Yep, at least the book can actually find those. Fucking piece of shit.
Let me scroll up to grappling. To grab an opponent, roll strength plus brawl minus their defense. On a success, both characters are grappling. If the attacker's roll is an exceptional success, they get to pick a move immediately. Which I'll give you a list of in a moment. During each subsequent turn, both grappling characters make a contested strength plus brawl versus strength plus brawl action on the higher of the 2 characters' initiatives. The winner picks a move out of the list to enact immediately, or 2 moves on an exceptional success. First we'll get the roll in, so this thing's defense is 4?
So, strength plus brawl?
Correct. Minus 4 dice.
Minus 4.
Correct, that is its defense. Okay, you get 2 successes. You are now in the brawling state. It is not a it's not exceptional, so you cannot pick a move immediately. But at the top of that thing's initiative, which is the quicker of you two, you can continue your contest and pick moves in the brawl / grapple.
So, if its initiative is 6 and mine is 7, does that mean I go before it?
No, roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
Now then, hey, DCL, you'd think it was your go, I'm sure.
No, DCL, that was me being confused. You can add your obfuscate to your part of the surprise roll, so view its dexterity plus stealth plus obfuscate.
So there's nothing where you get to add attacks to stealth if you're making a surprise attack.
No, that was me misunderstanding.
Fuck.
But they can't apply defense, which.
Oh.
Which is
Like
which is
that.
better than a bonus, frankly, because it's very unlikely you were going to get +4 to this.
Yeah, okay. Oh, actually, I have 4 dots of office.
Whatever, then it cancels each other out. But yeah, it's not actually your go DCL as another figure stands up, and it does so from the ankles.
Oh, shit.
You know, and the thing is, it's not just that it gets up from a lying down position, it gets up from its ankles, like...
We're fighting Silent Hill enemies.
Yeah.
Like legit vampire get up from the ankles.
Yes, like, yeah, that actual maneuver, except its feet were touching down on the ground, so it was probably bent quite obscenely as it gets up.
It gets up from its cankles.
Yep.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And then it's going to use the rest of its movement pulling itself over here. Although it's, I mean, it's in range to do an attack, so it's going to give it fucking go attacking Etienne.
Of course, that one actually turned its siren down as fast.
Oh no. Etienne, no.
Oh boy! 2 success.
Oh.
Does meat beat?
What do you mean, does meat beat? That's 2 successes.
Yeah. Does meat beat? Her defense is 3, right?
Did you
Defense is,
remove the
You removed,
defense from
you
the
take,
dice
I
pool?
took the defense off the dice pool.
No. Oh yeah, you're right.
You're thinking of, like, armor and shit.
Yeah, I'm fucking confused.
We need to get her some body armor.
I remember.
I mean, she's wearing a hunter jacket, which is giving her 1. I mean, she still takes 1 lethal hit.
Well, she should have 1 vitae in her.
Oh, wait, she's a vampire. Oh wait,
No,
they're
she's
doing
not a
lethal-
vampire.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
She's a ghoul.
Okay, if that's fair. I was about to say if they're just doing lethal damage straight up to vampires, that's scary.
No. To you guys, it'll probably be, like, just getting bludgeoned and shit. But to her, it's a pretty serious blow. And she will tick a lethal box. God, the default sheet, when you haven't filled it in, it assumes that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 boxes to tick. She probably doesn't have that many. Let's see, how many boxes does Rose have to tick? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 seems about correct, so I'm going to say that she has 7 as well.
Oh, I still have I need to take off this bashing damage.
Alright,
That
let's
was
do that as my
a while
cutoff.
ago.
Alright, she takes lethal damage. You can, like, see it as much as hear it as this thing's fist just strikes her arm. There is a dull cracking noise, and Etienne lets out a yelp of pain.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. So, what are the rules for moving through occupied spaces?
So,
Rose will
sure,
audibly gasp.
I can do this and make it a little bit darker, actually. To make it easier on people's eyes, though, Walter.
That is considerate. Okay, so Rem is grappling that one, so maybe they occupy the same space?
They do not occupy the same space, no. They're just
Damn.
grappling.
And this is like a table, right?
That is a sofa.
Oh, fuck it. I'll jump on the sofa and walk over. I got a speed of 13. So could I, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like, get over here or over here?
Yeah, if you have a speed of 5, you can do 1, 2, 3, and be there.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that. Let me get my character sheet open. And I'm going to try. It's facing Etienne, so I'll have to be right here. I'm going to try to pincushion this one in the eye. And
To pin cushion it in the eye?
yes, which will be a -5 on the attempt.
Pin cushion?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Sorry. That's
over.
that's my little kindred fighting thing.
Right.
But hit in the eye.
Alright, it has a defense of 4.
I'm attacking from invisibility though, so I've got to roll its awareness against my stealth.
I don't think it can succeed, but we'll give it a go. It does not succeed.
Okay.
Like, I'm not even going to bother. I know that you have that many dice, so I'm just going to leave it to chance.
Alright, so I'm going to spend a point of vitae because she's getting hurt and I want this to actually work. So give me +2 dex. And let's see if I can't roll.
Now, of course, this defense does not apply, so you have no negatives to the roll.
Dex plus weaponry -5 plus. So
Yeah, dude, I'd like to fucking see Kota Hirano playing a game of vampire.
2 successes. So let me read off what I need to do real quick just to make sure I got my powers in order. Actually, have
Sure,
those
it's not wearing any armor.
Yeah, so I basically stab it in the eye, leaving my knife in its eye, and it is going to at least get some negatives to sight.
Sure, it can have the one eye tilt.
Ah, I know that one.
Yeah, you're familiar with the one eye tilt, I'm sure.
What exactly does that do again?
Penalties on things that require hand-eye coordination.
Well, no, I mean, I know there's something for wait. Well, okay, so it says eye on damaging hit. The victim is blinded.
Oh,
So
so it goes full onto the blinded tilt. Okay. Then it's
Yeah.
blind.
There you go.
That does what you think it would do
I'm
to
not
rolls.
familiar with that one.
You're
I don't
hoping
want
not to
that
be.
one. Yeah.
That is 5 points on. Well, that's 4 points on Kindred Fight. To be able to do that.
Sure. Yeah.
And there's no multiple attacks in Vamps the Masquerade, right?
I don't think there is any kind of flurry of blows. No.
Okay, so yeah, that is my turn.
Sure.
That's
What damage?
standard.
What damage type is it?
It is. Look at the thing.
Probably lethal.
Oh yeah.
It's a
Well, no,
knife.
it's a knife, so it's like melee slashing, but it wouldn't be lethal to it if it's a vampire or anything like that, because I have to specifically do an ability for that.
Yeah. In this case, then it takes 2 bash.
Yeah, it'll take 2 bash, but it is blinded.
But they are vampires. Fucking. There's a lot of.
There's a lot of fucking crime going on today.
Abnormal amount. But like I said, I live like down the street from a fire station.
But it's like never come up before.
No, I mean, how many times are there emergencies at this specific time every other week?
I mean, I live across the street from the police and the fire station.
You tend to get used to the like sirens on your own.
Alright, so it takes 2 bashing, and it has the blinded tilt. Let's see here. There you go. Bleedy eyes. That looks like an appropriate token. Alright, Etienne's turn.
Etienne, heal yourself. Use my blood.
Yeah, she can use her 1 point of vitae to restore that point of lethal. Or does it set a lethal to bashing?
Heals. It's like vampires defending it.
Sweet. I'll take that box off.
And she doesn't use the vitae for anything else.
Yeah, she has no other ability to use it. She could develop
Yeah.
those eventually, I believe, but...
Right. But the one thing I taught her is dominate,
Which does not use it.
require,
Yeah, no, it requires willpower, I believe.
is the best. No, like I think the one first level one that I taught her is nothing.
Mesmerize cost none.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's just a +1. And when she's dressed for it, she gets an extra +1 merit if she's wearing a classy evening gown. In this case, she is wearing a hunter jacket, from which she is going to... Let's see here. She already had her weapon out, but she could quick draw to her other weapon, which is actually something that might be able to hurt this guy properly. Yeah, alright. She's gonna go with quick draw stake. She puts her harpoon gun away and quick draws a stake. And now I have to look up the staking rules because they're different to combat rules. Does anyone have a page reference, Medeas?
Give me a second, I was just by them.
I just remember staking being incredibly hard to do.
It is. But you can have merits and stuff to make it easier.
The vampire stake.
Let's see.
Would a British vampire be a piss staker?
Nice.
Page 105 for steak.
Thank you. All
At
right.
least that's what the index said.
A stake to the
The
heart.
index is not reliable at all.
I know.
To target the heart, make an attack roll with a -3 penalty after factoring defense. If it causes 5 points of damage, it penetrates the heart.
Jesus.
Yeah, staking the heart is kind of impossible.
All right. Yeah, she doesn't have nearly enough bonuses in this fight to stake someone, so... I mean, she'll still use it. She might be able to get the stake in it and someone else can try and fucking finish the job.
PowerPoint.
She can't spend willpower like that. She's an NPC still at her core.
Oh yeah, real quick, I forgot to mention I was using a hunting knife, which is 1 damage, so...
I spend a willpower
Oh,
for her.
so... You can spend a willpower for her, yes.
Okay. Let's do that.
Alright, so let's see. Go with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And willpower is 3 dice?
Yep.
Okay. Even with all her bonuses to, like, actually making it easier to stake an offensive monster. Miss.
Was she staking the one Gideon grappled or the blind?
No, staking the blinded one. Well, maybe being blinded probably gave her an extra...
Minus.
Let's see here.
See what-
I do not get an exploding 510. So no, she actually just misses with the stake. It's thrashing and moving unnaturally.
I cheered her on too.
Yeah, I know. You gave her 3 dice, but like she doesn't get that -3 heart attack penalty to fight as long as it's something that she's in combat with.
I was about to say, I'm actually looking at Blinded right now if you wanted to look at...
Sure, what's the details on the blinded tilt?
Blinded gives the victim a -3 die penalty on any rolls relying on vision, including attack rolls, and halves his defense if one eye is blinded. The penalty increases to -5, and the loss of all defense if both eyes are blinded.
Oh, it's lost all defense. 1, 2...
Single attack blinds 1 eye or both in the
Alright, if it has no defense, I get to throw... I got a whole 1 in it, so she doesn't really accomplish much with that. It sure is a bashing damage with this stake, but it's not even going to stick in its chest hard enough for anyone to try and, like, pile drive it in. But it's 1. Congratulations. And, hey Rose, guess what? It's not your turn yet.
No.
There's another awful creature. Clambers up from his point. Also, DCO, when you stabbed something in the eye, did you become visible, or are you still invisible?
Nope.
You're still...
It only makes me visible to the target I attacked.
Well, that's sure handy, considering you blinded it.
Yeah, exactly.
However, it's unfortunate for Etienne, who's getting attacked again.
Poor Etienne.
Damn it, TCL.
I'm sorry.
Alright.
Killing my waifu.
She takes a damage.
I'm trying very hard to make sure she does not die.
Down to 6 again. Ow. There's another awful thud to the arm that she just, like, snapped into place with,
She snaps it back.
Yeah, it gets, yeah, exactly. It immediately gets repunched, like, cunt!
So unfortunate.
Rose, it's your go.
Son of a bitch. So I'm not good with a shotgun. I don't know if any of you are aware. Having only one eye.
Well, I mean, you could see better than the thing with no eyes, which probably makes it a
True.
lot easier to hit it.
But yeah, I'm gonna.
Let's see here. You're on the
Lean in
other
the
side of the
door
hallway,
and
so you're
try
probably
and, like-
you're probably there in comparison to the
Oh,
room.
Oh, I thought I was like. Right
You were
next-
technically like rummaging with the door on this room, and they're in that room there.
Okay.
Technically, you're
I'm
across the
moving-
corridor, but this is just same distance, really.
I'll like kind of move around Tim.
Yeah, I mean, you could go through him if you wanted to.
No.
That's just too creepy.
Yeah, I only want to be inside Emma and Etienne.
Fair. It's weird hearing
Um,
inside Emma now. Goodness me. Lewd.
See, I told you like that was gonna get weird.
Yeah. Oh well.
Um, I don't want to shoot through Etienne. I'd hit her. I'm gonna shoot at the one Gideon's grappling.
Okay. I need to see what happens when you shoot someone who's in the middle of a grapple.
Can I ask Gideon to like hold the bitch up?
Gideon's in shadow form.
Gideon is
No, he's-
Gideon is currently in the middle of a
Sorry,
grapple.
not Gideon. Sorry, I meant Timothy.
Yeah.
There is a human shield action.
The
Gideon, hold her up so I can shoot her. And I will. I don't know if
neither
readying an
character
action
can apply defense against incoming attacks. Yeah, so yeah, you can totally try and open fire.
But if you hold off and
Wait, no, they're currently grappling. There's no bonus right now until he actually makes a success and then initiates the hold action. So no, there's no bonus to shoot this chick. However, there apparently is not a bonus to also shooting your friend in the asshole.
not only the hold action, but if you go up to the top of the next stack, there's also the take cover action, which does include human shields.
I'm just gonna yell at Gideon to hold up the lady. And that'll be it, I think. Because I don't think readying an action is a thing.
I don't think it is. Take cover using any ranged attacks made against you turn automatically hit the opponent. Human shields. Let's see here. Covering fire, cover, and restraint. It says see human shields below, and then there's nothing there for human shields. What the fuck?
Next page.
Is it next
so-
page? Let's see here. Human shields, sometimes only available covers on the person, be it a member or a lifelong friend. Characters can use human shields to treat them as cover with durability equal to their stamina and any armor. They take all of the damage from the attack. Using human shield is almost certainly a breaking point for a human. Well, it's not for you in the middle of combat. It's a breaking point for normal bitches, not for you guys. Like, you give a fuck. So yes, right now there is no bonus, but if you shoot at this person being held in front of your gun, it automatically hits and deals damage ignoring armor. So that is quite good. And hey, Pale Thing. Pale Thing, who is currently in a grapple with Gideon. Would you like to make your contested rolls?
Yes, I would.
You do not count defense into this roll, so it's brawl and strength versus brawl and strength.
Very well.
Oh boy, good fucking luck, buddy.
Good fucking buddy luck.
You really need to win quite hard, because I got an exceptional success.
So that's okay. Just so I know, because I'm still trying to get used to this. By my count, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 successes.
Correct, which is an exceptional success. So I'm just going to level with you right now. If you don't beat their test, then they got an exceptional success. And I'll get to pick 2 moves, which is probably going to be bad for you. Oh, so close. Would you like to spend willpower and try and beat it and make it into an exceptional success yourself?
Sure, why not? Okay, so I just roll another d10.
It's 3d10 for a willpower. And another d10. 10s explode. And again.
Yes.
Alright, so you got 6 successes. And Jeweled Interpret,
Yes.
take cover. Alright, Normally people shooting into grapple have a chance to hit either. Oh no, it just means that you can hit the one you're targeting when they're grappling unless a take cover is occurring. There's no negative either way. Although if they dramatically fail, I think I'll be like, yeah, you know what actually happens.
Kick its ass, Seabass.
So I
So you got an exceptional success and can pick 2.
So damage and human shield. Would that work?
Let us see here. Yes, it would. Yeah, and it'll take 6 bashing damage.
Okay, does that even do anything to us?
I mean, bashing damage still adds up, but it's quite hard to, you know...
And then it gets converted into lethal.
Yeah.
Once you level up.
Like, if one of these guys...
Wait. It's treated as having durability.
Yeah, it's treated as having durability... Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Not for the purposes of awful grip. No, not for the purposes of...
What is this durability?
I'm confused.
He has an ability called
this.
this...
Want to see me just starting to rip chunks out of this thing.
Yeah, he has an ability called this awful grip that allows you to destroy things, like you deal really hard durability damage with your bare hands to shit. But no, although you treat it as though it had a durability, it does not mean you actually make durability attacks against this thing. That said, you can still try and beat the ever-loving shit out of it, which effectively you do. In fact, I like to imagine you dealing 6 successes is you crushing a few ribs in your hands as you get this thing into position.
So you see, Rem, your character would have to have the objectify women merit.
Oh, don't. No. Don't finish it. No. Oh, God. Ugh. Hurts my soul.
I'm sorry, is there a reference there?
No, it's just treating women. I could see it coming a mile away. So you gotta treat women as an object.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it'll start taking lethal if you can take its bashing over. You should be...
I will shoot it. Just keep your hold on it.
Yep. Timothy!
Alright. So...
I'm gonna, swoop them like that. There we go.
I'll just do shadow thing and glide between people.
Sure.
And get here, and then I am going to attempt to use shadow play.
You find out it's into
to
it.
make my. Sorry.
You find out it's into shadow play.
I'm going to try to turn the end of my right arm into a sword, and yeah. So shadow play is.
Which target, Blindo or this guy?
I will go with that guy. But you know I've got to roll the merit first. The discipline first.
Yep.
Wits, intimidate with observation, and I'll include my shadow potency in this. So I've got 1 for 6. Right, I'll just take that blood beat as well for exceptional success.
Yeah, alright.
And mark off Vitae for power, and yeah. Shall we, to make things simple, just, use my rapier stats?
Yes, I mean, you're using it like a sword, and presumably you're going to use it like a sword you're familiar with.
Yeah.
You train with rapiers, but you summon a Zoolander.
Buster sword.
So yeah.
Just don't make a funny face, or else your arm will stick like that.
It's true. Don't sneeze.
Oh god, it would be horrifying if this stuck when I had turned back to normal.
It wouldn't even stay. It wouldn't be a metal blade. It would just be like a flesh blade. It'd be all floppy.
No, it'd be made out of flesh and bone.
Yeah.
Regardless, I
Probably
believe when
mostly
you
bone.
when you exceptionally succeed with that power, you have control of the shadows in this room freely. Is that right?
Uh, I normally have control of the shadows freely. It's just I can affect a bigger area on an exceptional success.
Oh. Okay,
Now,
cool.
question, because I want these
I'm-
things.
This whole room is your shadow realm now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, question, because I kind of want these things to die faster. If you were to cut a vampire with a shadow sword, did it go with normal sword rolls, or do you immediately do lethal damage?
It is normal sword rules unless you happen to be fighting a Strix.
Ah,
Unless it says it does lethal, it doesn't.
It doesn't say that it does in particular, I believe.
No.
Okay, this thing has a defense
Honestly,
of 4.
all of the stuff about shadow combat stuff is
Totally made up.
yes.
fair enough.
So, and I forget. Do I add my shadow potency to my attack?
Yes, the
Shadow play.
your shadow play. Yeah, not the potency. Shadow play. Shadow potency is your special snowflake power.
Yeah. So it's modifier of 1 from specialization, modifier of 5 from that, total modifier of 2.
If I remember correctly, adding shadow potency to things is not good for you in the end.
Yeah, I mean you could do it.
I mean, I did. I declared it.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. Yeah, all right. It takes 3 bashingo. God, fights against monsters that take damage like vampires, I suppose. Fights against vampires take fucking forever unless you have lethal conversion.
I do.
You really shouldn't touch someone else's ghoul.
Alright, so Blindy's gonna either flail at the thing that stabbed it in the eyes, or it's going to flail at the thing that's going tisk tisk tisk, because it doesn't know it's a shadow that it can't hit, because it's blind.
I mean, since I would argue it can probably hit and cause damage to my actual shadow sword, but would have a negative to hit that specific bit.
I mean, let's put it this way, he's rolling a chance die anyway. So, 5 or lower DCL, 5 or 6.
Dramatic fail here.
6 and up.
Dramatic fail here.
Alright, so Timmy, it's coming for you. And roll 2 10s, that's kind of a shame. It swings.
Where's the second roll?
That is the second roll, that's 6.
There.
It
No,
took a
there's a
while to
6.
come through.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Must be the server's being a bit goofy. Yeah, no, it should swing at you and fail, because it's blind as shit. Hey, DCL,
Yo.
it's your go.
Yo ho.
You're gonna stab another in the eyes.
No, I'm gonna do that next time. Try to hurry up, but just because I want to see if I can't effectively kill one with a good swing, I'm gonna try to swing at Blindy. I'm gonna use Carve this time, which just converts my damage to lethal.
Sure thing. Go for it.
I'm gonna spend. Let me see if I have any willpower I can spend.
Its defense
lots of
does.
willpower I
Its
can
defense does
spend.
not apply, as you're probably aware.
All right, so I'm gonna spend the willpower. I'm gonna spend the vitae, and make this a super powerful swing.
Okay.
Just to try to see if I can't down in a strike.
So you're changing it to lethal.
Yep.
All right.
+5. Oop.
Ooh,
Oh,
the
God,
dice were
that's
not friendly.
sucked. Oh, that sucked.
Goodness me, look at that.
Oh, that's painful.
I'm just hovering over it, and it's so many dice, and it's just...
So many dice in such a bad roll.
Wait, I see 4 plus plus 5. I think that it did not roll 5 extra dice in there. Wait, 1,
It
2,
probably did. With how
3,
many dice there
4,
are.
1, 2, 3,
No, that
4,
looks
1,
like
2,
an
3, 4,
average
5.
too.
No, that's correct. There is a 5 in there.
Yeah.
6. Yeah, alright, so what it actually rolled was... 14.
Rolled 13.
No, it should have rolled 14 because one was a 10, and it did indeed roll 14. Okay, so yeah, no, just a low damage, but it was lethal damage.
Ah, that's painful though.
I do like that there are 3 bars in this game, so I can actually record bashing, lethal, and aggravated. Alright. You know what? Etienne's gonna try and stake Blindy.
Good choice. Good choice.
Alright, 1, 2, 3. Damage of a stake, 1. So that's 4 damage. It nearly punches through its fucking... She nearly staked this thing. So close.
Wait. I should have spent a willpower. Too late.
No,
It's not too late. I haven't taken any numbers out, if you would like to do so.
Spend willpower after the fact.
Okay.
For all-
I'll spend a willpower. She cannot.
Ugh! I feel like I should be the one who makes you roll that what that willpower equivalent is, but it's just so quick.
Fuck. I'm sorry, I forgot. Can I?
I wouldn't have done any better.
Can you what? Sorry, DCL?
Can I actually drop my obfuscate so that poor little ghoul girl is not the only target?
Yeah, sure. You can. I don't have to force you to use your power. You can drop that at any time.
All right, I'm gonna drop that just so that there is a other target for
Good.
non-ghoul waifu.
Alright, so this
Waifus must
thing...
be
I mean,
protected.
it still takes 4 bashing. It's about to get its bashing overflowed into lethal anyway. It's a good fucking stab. That stake is jutting out of it. I'm gonna say if you target it with the same -3, you can fucking hammer that stake home with a punch or something. Right, now she is now stakeless. Luckily she has quick draw and draws another stake. Pale things go. And it has choices. 1 to 5 is DCL. DCL.
Yo,
You're gonna get hecked at. What's your defense?
if it's melee, it is 7.
Just gonna take some fucking dice back away again. Jesus. It misses you.
Okay,
Wow, you're hard to hit.
melee combat. I am very hard to hit.
Rose, you're up.
I'm gonna shoot the thing that I promised to shoot.
Yep, alright. Give it a fucking go. It'll get hit.
I'm gonna give it a heckin' good bork.
So it'll take at least the gun's base damage. You can certainly try and fuck it up with, more success, though.
So it's a, what, -3 for one eye?
Yes. But it doesn't matter. No matter what happens, you hit it, which is cool. You'll deal the gun's damage. It's just if you succeed particularly well, you fuck it up a good one.
Attack, dexterity, and fire. -3. Any penalty for my fuzzy eye too? Or
Nope.
is that not severe?
No, it's not severe enough. It's been a day.
Wow.
You need to roll 1d10. It doesn't automatically turn it from 0 into a chance die.
All right, I have to actually click chance.
Yeah.
Mop,
Right.
mop.
So I hit what? I got one.
I mean, you do
success.
you do the weapons damage
So
plus
4
1.
damage.
Yeah, the weapons damage plus a success to this thing. And I believe you were using what ammunition?
Not a success, you guys.
Hmm?
That's not a success.
All right, chance
Chance
die is
doesn't
only
have
on
10.
10.
Well, you just do the gun's base damage.
And 3.
Okay. What was the munition type you were using?
Salt and silver is loaded in the shotgun. So one or the other. I don't know which ones. I don't know which barrels was which.
Roll me a d10. 1 to 5 assault. All right. It is bucked with silver,
My brothers are spared.
and it takes some bashing damage. I believe that was the last of its bashing damage because it also took 6 bashing from the attack. That is, it's now into lethal.
Oh ho ho.
Aha! I did something, guys.
You did. You absolutely did.
So is your shotgun a double barrel?
Yes.
Side to side or over under?
Side to side.
The Doom.
Classic.
The classic.
All right. Hey, Gidgeon. It's fucking grapple time again.
I just stole it from a trailer that we broke into.
I mean, it's America,
You
so.
stole it from a redneck.
Yeah, it was tied to a trailer door on a string, and someone opened it and got blasted, if I remember rightly.
Are you sure that there's no acid etching of Jesus on there?
Alright.
Pretty sure.
Anyway, Ram. Oh my god.
Again?
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I didn't roll exceptional on it this time. You gotta beat 4.
Apparently your dice are doing well.
Alright. I mean, it's fucking status quo. It's still held up to be shot some more. But no one gets to trigger anything.
I'll shoot it with salt next turn.
Timothy!
So does that mean DCL just jizzed in the barrel for your gun?
Sure. You know, if that's your head cannon, I'm not going to.
All new meaning to cum shot.
Look, man, I don't jizz salt, alright? That means
That'd be
I would
painful.
That would
That
suck.
would actually be painful.
In this episode, the party fights white people.
Because it's rock salt.
Wait, if we're fighting white people, does that mean DCL just gets an innate bonus?
I'm living out my dream of. Wait, I can't even make the Black Panther joke. That was against black people too.
Alright.
Black Panther primarily fights black people.
Let's avoid the
Continuing
obvious
on.
joke.
It's black on black
Let's
violence.
Shush. Continuing on.
I'm a stab the non-blind guy again.
Alrighty.
Since blindy is literally no threat to anyone anymore.
Yeah, and it's
so-
unlikely that non-blind is
Defenses.
going to keep swinging at DCL, who he can't fucking hit.
I mean, I'm kind of screwing myself over, but it can try to remove the knife.
I mean, it doesn't want to. It can't succeed anyway.
Oh, it can't?
Well, no, I mean, it can succeed on the knife pull, but it can't hurt you anyway, so I'm probably going to just make it flail at Etienne.
Okay.
I don't know, it might try. Alright, that hurts it. Did you take off the 4 for defense?
Yep, that's why my modifiers are only 2 instead of 6.
Dope.
Magic Shadow Swords, even if they do regular damage, are bullshit.
Or
I
accurate.
love them.
Alright, so, what is the roll for DI stabbing?
Strength plus stamina minus whatever damage I did, which was 3.
4, 1.
One success. It pulls out the knife. It is still blinded, however.
I mean, you only stab it in one eye, so it now has one eye, so considering it is no longer just a knife obscuring its vision. So it has the one eye penalty.
But the disable, I mean, yeah, it's still one eye, but the disable is still there. It can heal it if it has Vitae, not that the knife is gone. But it couldn't heal it while the knife was in there.
This is true. It does not have Vitae, so... It's still blind. It's now holding your knife, though, and it's going to try and stab you with it.
Yeah, next turn. It's an instant action to pull it out.
Dope. DCL. You want to stab a fresh knife in its eye? That would be amazing.
I still want to go for the lethal blow. I'm actually going to try to stab this one since this one's a little blinded right now. The
Sure.
other one's held it.
Tell you what, give
So
you a
I'm going
moment.
to try
and-
once more. It will have its defense since I'm visible, but we're ganging up on it. Do we get any bonuses for that?
I will double check. There are indeed
Yeah.
ganging up bonuses in
I-
this, but I believe it's to defense penalties.
Yeah, I've attacked it this turn, so it's got a -1 defense to subsequent opponents.
Correct.
And Etienne also attacked it too, so it's got another -1.
That was
No,
last
she
turn.
she attacked Blindo, and that was last turn. Indeed, if you try to, you could commit to staking Blindo. It has a stake jutting out of its chest.
Yeah, you could just shove
It's
it
a
right
-3
away, yeah.
attack, but it's also blind, so it's not -3 negative defense.
See, the only problem is I don't know if these things are vampires, so I don't know if a stake will actually do anything to it.
I mean, a fucking sharpened wooden stick to the heart.
I'm at least going to.
I mean, I
just
feel like
try-
that's useful knowledge to acquire for whatever the fuck these things are, if a stake in the heart does anything.
Yeah. I'm gonna trust in my training. I'm gonna go just for the lethal damage, just in case, because I don't trust the stake.
Alrighty.
Oh, I have a question. Are these things bleeding at all from their injuries?
They appear to be bleeding. It is pitch white, and you can't smell blood on it. Their hearts
Yeah.
are bleeding, and you can see blood is pouring out of their injuries.
All right. So
Well,
we're
actually, no.
getting
You can't see. You can only see blood pouring out of this one because no one of them yet have taken lethal damage, except for it, except for Blind
Okay,
Eye.
so this one is -1 for its defense, so I'm only at -2, right?
Its defense is 4 usually, so it's a -3 now instead.
All right, I'll spend another willpower to negate that. And why not another Vitae, just because I have a lot of that,
Okay.
and make that attack roll with +2. And we'll use carving, so it goes straight to lethal. Let's see if I can't get some good rolls. Oh my fucking!
Worth.
Whoa! Whoa!
God, there's a lot of red in one place, isn't it?
Whoa!
God, could you imagine
Oh.
dramatically failing against this thing when you're investing all this juice into the attacks?
So, continuing off of the meme of Roll20 absolutely hating my guts.
However,
it's like my game.
yeah, lethally stab
Insane.
it. So you see, blood is drawn. It has all of the like texturous looks to it. Like, I mean, you're all vampires. You've all seen blood flow before. And this flows like blood, but it's pale white. It doesn't like remind you of blood in any other way than the like just its physical consistency. It's a very strange sensation. And on Etienne's go. There's probably some like very super specialist brawl to lethal thing that's like super far down the line, or some special snowflake thing.
Yeah. I at least haven't seen anything, otherwise I probably would have went for it.
Of course you would if you would have
I
gone
know
for a
that
monk.
there is a merit where if you get like protein 3, you gain the ability to that when you have claws out, the claws straight up do aggravated, not even lethal.
That would be extremely bullshit for only protein 3.
Or is it protein 4?
Even that would be too much. So aggravated,
Look.
insane.
I would be
Aggravated used to be like a pretty not common, but relatively.
Claws of the Unholy, protein 4. When you use unnatural aspect claws in only in frenzy.
okay.
The weapon rating turns into aggravated. No, I think it's normally lethal.
Okay, that makes more sense then. Yeah, so if you do frenzy out when you're going on a claw attack, you Wolverine the shit out of people. Schnicked.
Jesus fuck. That's crazy.
Alright, and now...
Werewolf claws and jaws used to do.
Yeah.
Aggravated back in Old World of Darkness.
Etienne, I believe in you.
Yeah,
1,
like
2,
there's
3,
something
4,
more
5, 6, 7.
There's a combat
Ooh,
style.
failures. Nope, she cannot finish off the staking.
Ah,
There's a combat style that lets you maintain your focus while in frenzy.
I'm sure there is.
Nice.
Alright. So, you've been slashed at by Fuckboy. You've been raped in the back. I'm sorry, wait.
but Fuckboy's the only one who's actually heard it so far, so it's got motivation to try to go after me.
Well, I mean, yes, I believe you're the only one who's drawn blood, although it did take a shit ton of bashing from the sword that was jabbing it in the asshole. But yeah, I think it's going to choose between the two of you, but it's now weighted differently. You're 1 to 3 because it doesn't know that it can hit you. No, alright, it's going for Etienne. 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm trying, Rose.
2 successes. She takes 3.
Rose, please. I mean, Etienne, please.
Ow. Wait, no, it's just 2.
I mean, it is the risk of bringing, ghouls along.
To be honest, she's putting up about as much of a fight against it as you would, Rose. Like, well, actually, no, she's putting up a way better fight. She can more successfully hit
Yeah.
things.
Rose Larson.
Speaking of, though, it's your go, and this target is still held like a human shield, so you can hit it no matter what.
I'm gonna hit it with the other barrel.
Alright.
Larson.
Salt
gonna
itself
hit
has a lower damage because it's not like a metal buck, but roll your attack anyway.
I'm gonna roll it, make it a chance die this time properly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it is just 2 damage, but it's 2 aggravated damage.
Ooh. I'm more effective than any of you now.
Alright, your
So now
rock
your
salt.
gun's empty.
Yeah, that is now empty. Rock salt is propelled into this thing, and where you saw Buck strike it and drop out before, now you can see it sizzle. Although you would expect a smell to come from it, you can't detect any. But it does not seem to enjoy that sensation if the, like, slowly opening wound in its chest is anything to go by. And
I
also...
go with salt, guys.
Oh, then I'm effective against it.
Cry into his
Apparently
wounds!
not.
Cry into his wounds! Alright, hey Gidgeon, it's your favourite time again.
I'm gonna give one of them a hug.
One,
Jesus Christ! Yeah, oh,
Fuck. Really?
2, 3, 4. It's only 5, all things considered.
After a certain point, why am I even fucking try?
I mean, last time I rolled an exceptional against you, came out with 6, so, you know, whatever.
Does it not
Just
take
do that
penalties for
again.
does it not get penalties for being grappled longer?
No.
Okay.
Actually, it has a -1 penalty because it's taken aggravated, but
Dropping the last dice.
yeah, it
Die
doesn't
make a
change it.
difference,
Alright, so, Gidgeon. It's got an exceptional success on you. It can pick 2 actions. What one are we going to pick? Let's see here. What ones? You know what? I think it's time to draw blood on Gideon as well.
He just draws droplets of blood with marker.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that these guys are actually really friendly. They just wanted to play with us.
I get to pick 2 actions. It might literally stay pinned up against you, just take 2 damages. And is there anything stopping me from taking the same one twice?
I don't think so.
Alright, I pick damage twice. You take 12 bashing.
Ha!
Ouch.
Maybe that's why.
Timothy.
Sorry, did you say 12?
Yes. It dealt 6 bashing and then 6 bashing. Yeah, being in a grapple.
I don't know what the fuck this is, but I don't even know why the fuck I'm fighting. I don't even know why the fuck we're here.
Suddenly you're questioning today's choices.
Yeah, no, it was pretty savage.
We're here because your lead said that, this had interesting shit in it. And, I think we can agree this is some interesting shit. It's fucking terrifying, though. Alright, so Saltworks. This is a kitchenette, right?
Yeah.
Can I make a quick perception roll to see if there's any, like, salt shakers or something?
Yeah, sure.
You look, but for some reason your eye is drawn to DCL.
So wits composure, yeah?
Yeah.
Do I have any modifiers from being in the middle of a fight?
I would say yes if anything had been able to hit you thus far, but you're able to be pretty clinical about the whole ordeal.
Alright. 3 successes?
Yeah, okay. You can see, like, lined up in the corner of this cubby is like a bottle of Saxa salt, like the thick red tube of table salt. Not tube, they're, like, I guess they're more like tubs.
Okay, so... Pardon, sorry?
We have this, like, we have, like, big canisters of salt, but I don't, like, know about tubes of salt.
Morton?
Yeah, we have, like, Horton in America.
Yeah. It's a container with salt in, it'll work.
Yeah.
This is technically the kind of thing I'm thinking of. It's one of those.
Let me see.
Oh yeah, that's fine. So the whole room is my shadow realm, yeah?
Yeah.
Some of the salt.
So, yeah, let's get some shadow tentacles to throw it over here, and then I'll try to cut it with my shadow rapier and such a way that it sprays over, Dudo.
Sure thing.
What sort of roll is this?
Let's go with an attack -3 modified by your shadow potency. Sorry, by your shadow play.
Right, so total mods of 2.
Music stream thing. Okay.
Oh!
I'm not the only one who suffers.
Say, do you want a bonus beat?
Just 1 or 2?
You know what? Yeah, I'll say 2.
I'll go for it, sure.
Okay then. As you bring the salt to bear, like, you get the barest few grains, like, into an open wound on this thing. But then it bashes the tub out of your shadowy grip, and it goes all the fucking Etienne's eyes, and she has the blinded tilt.
Poor Etienne, you're not having a good day.
How come you get
Enjoy your
that?
2 beats.
She took the 2 beats.
You. You.
Ah, fuck! She screams.
Etienne, please.
This group is functioning like a well-salted machine.
Alright, and Blindo is going to take a fucking swing at DCL. And hit. For a
Does
whole...
an 8 succeed on the chance?
It's not chance, that's actually just a hit.
Oh, okay.
It's 1 whole dice of an attack against you. So yeah, you take 1 whole lethal. Wait, no, your armor probably negates that.
Yeah.
So you take no damage. But I tried. It's probably not going to swing at you any... Well, no, in fact, it can't really see that it's not fucking do anything. It's blind. So, DCL.
Right. Poor Etienne. Is there any way I could, like, shunt her to the side? Probably not, since Gideon is at the door, right?
She is a little bit blocked in. She would have to actively move out the way on her own. And also, charging into a blind person is probably not a good idea if the thing they're waving around is a stake.
Fair enough. I'd take that risk just because I got attack vest on. But it's time to try to fucking step shit up. So, time to drop the hunting knife and bring out the machete.
Machete. Alright, how does that modify your initiative?
It is -1 still, actually.
Ah, okay. Doesn't change.
So, yeah, I like reach down to my pant leg, and you guys see me like just rip off a machete that was obfuscated to look like it was part of pants. And I'm going to swing it.
His pants is made of knives!
Oh my god, I could do that. I'm gonna swing it once more at non-blindy.
Okay.
And once again, willpower and vitae, because I have a shit ton of that. And it's been attacked once, correct? Or did that salt
I
attack
mean,
not count?
it failed utterly, so no.
Okay, so
It's not been struck in an attack, and its defense did not even get applied. It was just a failure.
oh, the unfortunates.
If you want to, attack the salt box, then that has lower defense.
It's just
Yeah, I'm just
everywhere.
gonna-
There's salt everywhere, you guys. Now, don't worry, because Etienne's gonna mash her face in the enemy's wounds now. Fucking bleed it out.
Oh my god, my dice.
It's still 3, and this thing's taking lethal. You guys can see the blue bar, yes?
Yeah,
Here you go.
I'm trying, man, but my dice are not blessing me with
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
By the way, this thing, while you were fighting it, Gideon, it did, in fact, despite dealing damage to you... Oop, shit. It sure is now bleeding aggravated damage for some reason.
Okay, is more red good or bad?
The fuller the bar is, the fuller the health is, so it would have had a full bar of bashing, that is empty. The blue bar is it's lethal, and the red bar is it's aggravated, but you can't really drop aggravate without dropping the other bar at the same time. So you fill that whole box out.
I think I have a vague idea. I don't know if it will work, but I'm willing to try next
You
turn.
might get your chance. So, Etienne is blinded. She is pinned in by all the bodies.
Eddie, no.
I think what she's going to do is... Let's see
Get out of
here.
there.
Yeah, there is a role as well for like getting this shit out of a combat.
I
I
need
think when my
healing.
turn rolls around, I'm gonna try the Grand Illusion.
Let's see here. She does not want to take the surrendering action because it means that she gives the enemy what they want, which is her dead. That's not exactly a good idea. It's not an option in this situation.
Oh.
So no. Scroll. You know what? Yeah, she's just going to try and get away. Say, Lily, would you
Over
like?
here.
Yeah, would you like?
Follow my voice.
Yes, exactly. Would you like to roll 4d10 for me, please? She has to extricate herself from this situation. She's a little bit pinned.
A success?
A success is all you need. She is going to clamber out of the room, trying to rub salt out of her eyes. She will have to take an action to, like, actually desalt her face and remove the blinded condition.
How do you do that, DCL?
Do what?
Remove
Salt
salt.
your face.
Oh, I don't. We leave it at that.
One with the salt. All is salt in the end.
All is reduced to salt in the end.
Okay.
Cut my salt into pieces.
This is quite salty. Salt. Gonna move up. Punch DCL. Actually get 3 dice because you took a hit, and then I'll fucking fail the roll, and then I'll fucking fail the roll.
That doesn't rhyme. That doesn't
Wait,
fit the
I don't.
beat.
Whatever.
You're down to 6 defense, so...
I mean, I took my turn before it attacked, so my defense reset, right?
No. The turn is in the turn order.
Oh yeah, if the other pale thing attacked me, then
Yes, you got attacked by Blindo. And...
all right. So now my defense
In
is.
fact, yeah, Blindo then you. Technically, your turns happened at the same time. Anyway, Rose, you have an empty gun. Etienne is just got that salty eyes, and you can see that she's probably had her arm broken.
She's having a very bad day and probably needs a hug.
Arm broken. Didn't she just take 1 damage?
No, she sure is down to 4 life now.
Oh yeah, we're gonna. I'm gonna. Yeah. Go tend to her.
Yeah, her bars are visible. You can see she's on. Yeah.
I'm gonna push her to the side and start like trying to get that salt out of her eyes.
Sure thing. I don't believe you need to make any tests since she wasn't like physically blinded by an injury. It just takes up your turn, like getting salt out of her eyes. She'll have to make a recovery test to like see past the pain anyway. But, ow. Hey, Gideon.
Like the thing you do. Hey, Gideon. Jesus fuck.
3 successes. I mean, he rolls basically as many dice. It's just chance at this point. And yes,
How many fucking dice can these things fucking vomit? Jesus
it's
fuck.
just vomiting like 4 plus 4. It's strength and pro.
Infinite dice.
To be fair, I have 4+4 as well.
Yeah.
That's a lot more.
The 3 dice above that were Etienne's getting. No, that was a failed attack against DCL. Sorry. And yes, you could spend Vitae to heal. You know, Gideon.
Wait, what's your defense, Gideon?
It doesn't apply in a grapple.
Oh.
Okay, so Rem, you've got your wound penalty applying there. Are you into your wound? Are you into any wound penalty boxes with lethal yet?
No.
Then you need to roll 3 more dice. Vampires don't give a fuck about bashing wound penalties.
This is true. It auto corrects it when it really should not be doing so.
Yeah, the sheets could use some work, but
2 success.
Yeah.
2 successes. I'm afraid it doesn't beat 3. Would you like to spend any willpower? And also, I do recommend spending Vitae to, remove some of
Yeah.
that lethal damage.
Yes, I will be fixing all of this. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Spending, I think you could spend Vitae as a reflexive action once a turn.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Up to how
One
much?
vitae is one.
1 lethal.
2 bashing.
Mhm.
But he's
And
taken.
it starts on your rightmost, so it starts with bashing, I think. Don't actually quote me on that.
Very well. I guess I'll spend a willpower to roll 3 more dice. And does that
Sure.
also take up my turn, or is that just
So when you're grappling, it's both of you are acting in this grapple, and it just happens that whichever of you two had the higher initiative. So technically, you're both taking your turn simultaneously. I just use that thing's turn marker as when it happens.
fuck it?
Ugh. But yeah, so you're going to spend a Vitae to take away 2 bash.
Yeah, whatever.
Your health box does not look correct. You were taken from 0 to 12, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bashing, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 lethal, and then there you go. That's what that should look like now. So you have bashing boxes that can be filled in again.
Okay, and is there a chance that I can use the Grand Delusion?
What is that?
It's a nightmare power.
Okay, where is this power recorded?
Actually on my sheet.
Let's have a look here then.
Page 2.
Yep, page 2. In the face of the crowd of the figure, touches her, red presence facing the crowd, foul grave, the Grand Delusion. Resistance reflexive, touching the victim's mind, they spark a delusion, they fully understand.
Essentially, I can send them into a nightmare world where I make the rules.
I mean, since you already used your reflex to heal, you can't use them this turn.
There isn't actually a limit to how many reflexives you can take.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can reflex away like crazy. There's a limit to how much Vitae you can use. I believe it's based on your blood potency.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What is Gideon's blood potency?
2.
You could spend it.
Ah.
You can spend another Vitae and take off more bashing. Let's quickly tech over, and yeah, you can give your Grand Delusion a go. Well, touching this thing's might not be good. Do you want to spend the Vitae to heal?
Sure, why not?
There you go. You are now only at 4 lethal. Easy peasy. No bashing. Well, no additional boxes. Any Vitae you spend next turn will help. And you know what? It's a good thing that you did that. Dropped 4 bashing, because it chooses its action, because this did happen before your delusion happens, to deal 3 bashing to you.
Did it?
But that means it did not tick over into lethal and keep fucking you up harder. Congratulations.
I hate these things.
You should.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, also it bleeds and aggravated damage.
Alright, shall I try to fuck with its head?
Fuck with its head, Timothy. Gideon. Damn it. Why do I get these names mixed up every goddamn game?
It's because they're both white in it.
I mean, I'm not saying all white people look the same.
I mean, these ones do. The ones you're fighting. Well, mostly the same. They have differences, but I don't want to produce extra random tokens.
Okay, so I'm gonna be rolling my manipulation, empathy, plus nightmare.
Okay.
Assuming you want to know their dice pool.
Correct. Yes. How do I defend?
Composure plus blood potency.
Okay.
That could either be very good or very bad for me.
I fail.
Probably very good.
Don't fuck up your skill test and you will succeed.
So, for the Okay, do I just do the dice roller if I want to roll like 3 things at once, or
Click manipulation, click empathy, and add your nightmare. And actually, you can click nightmare as well because it's a discipline. You can have a discipline clicked as well as 2 skills.
According to New World of Darkness, the amount healed is fixed, not based on potency.
Yes, Olsen is misunderstanding what we were talking about. Like, the amount healed is fixed, but the amount of vitae per turn you can spend depends on your blood potency. So with blood potency 1, you can only spend, 1 vitae to heal. If you have blood potency 2, you can spend, 2 vitae, heal double the amount, so on.
No, I think Ozen's saying that you can't do that either. You can only spend once per turn, or spend 5 over 2 nights to heal 1 egg. This is
But
Enwad.
there's nothing in the rules about not being able to take the same reflexive action twice.
Yeah. No, it seems like
Weird
it's
that
fine.
This was for one exception.
Yeah, no, I don't see why you can't just take the reflexive action of Vitae multiple times. Aggravated obviously is delineated because aggravated is brutal. It's part
okay,
of
so
torpor.
manipulation plus empathy plus nightmare.
Yep.
Should I add 2 to make up for that -1 -2 on my health thing?
Yeah, if it's gonna throw in your wound penalty, just add a modifier to balance it out.
Okay, and could I also throw in that extra D10 I got for RP?
You earned an extra D10. I don't see why you can't. I gave you a gift D10 and you're welcome to use it.
Yeah, you got to buy those stilettos though.
Oops, shit.
Wow, Jesus! On 11 dice, 2 successes. But
So that's
2 is
just-
enough. It's still a success. It's not an exceptional, but a success is perfectly fine.
Okay, let's see what I can do to it now. I can define your exact beliefs, but I can't control your reaction to this belief, nor can I inspire delusion that would make the victim homicidal or self-destructive. She can force someone to believe that his friends hate him, but not that he must attack them. Delusion. So I can make it think very negative things, but I can't directly make it attack.
Obviously, you need to convince it of the power
But
of
I
friendship.
can. But I can make it look. Wait, did he just suggest make it believe that the party is his allies?
Yes, you teach it the
You
power.
you fail to recognize exactly what nightmare does. I
Oh.
don't do nice things with this power.
Then make it believe its friends will betray it, and
Oh, I fully. If I, it doesn't explicitly say I can't say your friends are about to fucking kill you, betray you, and kill you. This is all an act.
I wonder if it even cares about stuff like that.
There is the question, of course. You don't know. What to say?
it might.
Also, random point. I'm pretty sure you could see here on page 2 that there is a skill roller next to this roll thing, like a card that prints. Let's see what happens when you click it. Look at that. Although your empathy
Where?
should be 3. Go to page 2, go down to the Grand Illusion. You can see there's a red dice next to this, and you define...
Oh.
You can literally define these cards and punch out results like that, and they'll have, Night 3 of the Grand Illusion.
That's what
See?
that was for.
Yeah, that red dice, it means you can print a punch card of stuff. It'd be even nicer if I could hover over the name of that thing and get, like, the details. But, oh well. Little bits, it's still improvements. Yeah, so what do you want this thing to believe?
That everything that it's experienced up till now is all one great joke, and it's the two that are like it are about to turn on it and attack it directly.
Okay.
They sense blood in the water and they're going to kill it.
Okay. Sure. Roll me 1d10, please. Alright. So you whisper words to it even as it wrenches your arm horribly, like fingernails start like scraping flesh out of your limbs. And then you swear for the first time it is making sound. It is sobbing into your ear. Timothy.
There is something slightly disturbing about weird white monster men fucking sobbing.
Hey, if they want to show emotional vulnerability, you shouldn't shame them for it.
Wait a minute.
This is why suicide rates among weird white monster men are so high.
This is odd. What do these things look like?
I've described him a number of times, but sure. They appear to be, for all intents and purposes, human. In all of the ways that they move, like, on the spot, I suppose. When you see them in, like, full action, they're quite just horrifying to observe. Except there isn't a hint of colour to them. Their eyes, pupils, irises, their hair, their skin, their tongue, their gums, probably a lot of other stuff. All this painful white.
They're albinos.
Super next level albino. But they do appear to be human, except they don't, like, you're seeing them bleed even, but they don't smell like they're bleeding. They don't feel like they're alive, even though you're pretty sure their hearts are beating.
They're spraying white blood everywhere. I'm about to feel like I'm in a suit.
Could I possibly roll on academics to try to guess what they are?
You're a little bit under duress, but you can try to. However, let's continue on with the attack for now. You can certainly roll in the background and we'll see what you get. So yes, Timothy.
Yeah, so... Is there any of the salt left, or is it all just over
No.
Etienne's face and fancy jacket?
It's on her face and like just there's probably a bunch scattered into the carpet now.
You want my shotgun and shells?
Scattered into the carpet isn't a problem for me. It's me. I have shadows.
You could probably try and shadow swiffer up the salt. Okay, if you want to make that same attempt, then go with a rapier attack with your shadow play bonus, but the modifier is now -5.
Okay, and is the thing's defense on top of that, or what?
Which one are you targeting, Blindo or the other?
The other one.
Okay, its defense applies.
Alright, so let's not do that because I like having a chance to hit.
You could do it to Blindo, his defense wouldn't apply.
But Blindo is Blindo and is fucking useless.
This is also true. Poor
Blindo is Blindo, and once you name them, you get attached to them.
Yeah, everyone loves Blindo now.
So yeah, I'll just, in that case, step in and, yeah, just give it a regular stabbing.
Sure thing. -4 defense. Alrighty, it takes 2. It has no bashing left, so it takes 2 lethal.
What happens if you take lethal damage on top of lethal? Is it just still lethal?
You still tick lethal
Turn
boxes.
into aggravated.
Well, if you fill out your lethal boxes, you turn it into aggravated, yes.
Yep.
I mean, like, if they... Okay.
Like, if they have lethal boxes left over and they take damage defined as lethal or bashing, it ticks a lethal box.
Okay. So it's just bashing is like that one layer of safety shield.
Effectively,
For vampires, not for humans.
Yeah, no, for humans getting bashed into negatives still fucking hurts, but when lethal wounds start happening, you have to worry. And then when aggravated happens, you're probably dead.
Humans get knocked out full of bashing and killed when full of lethal.
Mm-hmm.
Vampires get knocked out when full of lethal. and killed when full of aggravated. Just straight up dead.
This would be easier on you if you just dropped dead, you know.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Alright. Blindo's gonna swing at DCL with its 1 dice. And
Blindo, no.
you know what? Blindo trips over. And is now prone, and technically even easier to hit. It had no defense, and now I
Classic
believe it's
Blindo.
-2. Damn you, Blindo. They have the tripped condition. Or the tripped tilt, or prone. Well, no, prone is actually just a stance to be in, so it is prone.
That's my Blindo.
That's Blindo!
Alright. So since I still have to go through the aggravated damage, and my dice have not been that kind to me, let's just try to blind the other ones. I'm gonna spend another point of vitae, and I just checked, it is not an action. Go invisible with touch of shadow. So I'll go back to invisibility.
Sure.
Just so I can bypass defense. And I'm going to attack this one, and it's going to be pincushion for blind.
Okay.
So, gonna have to. Can you, if you have quick draw, can you quickly holster a weapon? Or is that not a thing?
I mean, if it's quick draw and you're quick drawing from, I mean, like the quick draw is knife, right?
Yeah.
You can say that you have a knife in your hand. Where the machete goes, I don't care.
Okay. So I'm gonna quick draw a knife and try to stab it in the eye, using surprise attack. And just cause, once again, I can't spin another vitae, but I can spin another willpower. Just to make
Remember,
sure.
you do have to, you know, roll your surprise pool against its awareness.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna roll its chance die. You're probably gonna succeed.
Okay, so. Oh wait, probably. There's still the chance.
There's still the chance you just roll next level fluffage, and then I'll have to roll for real.
And we have seen that quite a bit.
Ah, yeah, great. Now I wasted the 5 successes I could have spent stabbing in the face. Fucking. Watch this be no damage. Watch it. Wait, I'm gonna switch it to knife. I'm gonna fucking go to dexterity and weaponry. I'm gonna make the attack roll. Just watch, right? So, 3 plus 3, and it's not getting its defense. Yeah, what? Fuck you!
How did you... 3, 2, 6, 3, 7, 3, 7, 6, 7, 3, 5, 4, 3.
Man, fuck you, roll 20. That you give me a 5 on the roll that didn't matter. You cunt, absolute cunt. Just go over. It's Etienne's turn now.
Alright, Etienne is going to roll stamina. She doesn't really have a skill to medical herself, I don't think. Let's see here. No, she does not have the medicine skill. So she's just going to do stamina and try and get over herself. She does not. She's still got the blinded condition. Oh wait, no, she's being helped by Rosa. Oh no, that means so that she can recover from the blinded condition, but she did not recover from it.
DCL, roll 20 doesn't like any of us tonight.
It hates me most of all. It keeps doing this to me.
Alright, so, I mean, there's a crying enemy trying to crush Gideon. Gideon's very hurt now. I might be able to kill a player. Oh god.
Gideon, please, back up if you must.
He can't, he's in the middle of a grapple, and he keeps losing it now. And it's just choosing the damage action, even though it's being held like a human shield. It's just tearing chunks out of his arms.
It keeps taking the fucking damage action because it has, like, fucking retard strength.
It only looks like it does because I'm rolling high on the successes. Like, if I rolled a single success, you would take a single bashing damage. It can't even deal lethal like the rest of them can. It just does lethal because you're so injured now.
I took a swipe at its eyes, so I'm still going to use the excuse of I do.
Oh wait, it does actually see you because you attacked her, right?
Yeah, I failed my attack, but that doesn't matter. I made the attempt to dodge it.
It misses you, DCO.
Okay.
You're right, it did indeed. You did indeed swing in its eyes, so it swung back. It's probably about to change its mind and keep going for Gideon once it realizes that even when you have revealed yourself for invisibility, you're still fucking impossible to goddamn hit. Rose, you're up. The fight out there isn't going well. Etienne's got salt out of her eyes, but there's nothing she can do for it, like you can do for her than, cheer her on pom-pom style. You might want to need to reload. Lily? You muted?
I'm muted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna reload my salt shells.
Yep, okay. Does that take an action for you to reload? I figure it probably does.
I'm pretty sure it does, yeah.
Alright, are you going to move into the doorway?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if anybody else is coming out first, and then I can always move on my next turn.
That's true. Alright. We're at the top of the turn order. Gideon.
Number one rule of being an operator: don't block the door.
Yep. Are you ready? Are you ready, Ram? I mean, I can't roll, like, shit hot fire on only 8 dice again, I'm sure. I'm sorry?
I'm done.
It's only 2! That's only 2, actually. That's still only actually 2 successes. You can beat 2. I believe in you.
Strength what?
Strength brawl for whatever your strength and your brawl is.
Strength and brawl.
Don't forget to cancel out your wound penalty of 2 with just a modifier 2. Fucking, there you go. You can choose an action.
Also, do I get anything off that,
So yes,
Penalties?
what was your total successes for the academics or whatever it was?
3.
3 successes. No. You have a lot of information filed away in your mind palace, but it's going to need, like, actual analysing. Off the top of your head, you've never heard of whatever the fuck it is you're up against. Yeah, what result would you like on the grapple?
Since it has no bashing left and it's pretty fucking hard up on, lethal, right?
Yes. It is quite injured. And damage you deal to it, although it would be bashing, will be turned into lethal. And considering it seems to be bleeding a point of lethal and aggravated every turn.
I think I'm just gonna fucking continue to try to kill this thing.
Alrighty.
And could I also heal myself? Question mark.
Yeah, you can spend a point of vitae and get back a point of lethal, or 2 points of bashing, or whatever. Whatever's on your right side of your thing. Yeah, you can get back the 2 points of bashing with another vitae. There you go. Excellent. And yeah, you deal 4 lethal to this thing. And the end of its quote-unquote action, shared with you, it bleeds a point of lethal, and it bleeds a point of aggravated, and now it is falling to pieces in your hands.
It's still actively fighting?
Yes, although it has penalties like you wouldn't believe.
Oh my fucking god, it's not dead.
I believe them.
Hey, Timothy. So there's one who's blinded on the floor. It'd be a shame if you were just to cut its head off. Actually, I don't know if that's in the rule.
Hard to do with a rapier as well.
Yeah.
Boink!
Depending on the style of rapier.
Sharp S-stock.
Oh, but then you turn into crazy Bob.
S-Stocks,
I thought...
an S-Stock style would be much worse to cut with. S-Stocks didn't have sharpened edges, while a normal rapier does. It's still very thin and would have some trouble. But anyway, first of all, let's allocate 3 of my dots of 3 of my shadow play successes to forming a little barrier between active dude and Gideon. It sort of looks kind of bad.
Sure. Please describe this barrier.
Alright, it, the shadows in the room congregate at the wall and then spread outwards, like a feathered wing.
Nice. Alright, and that's forming like a, that kind of barrier to prevent it from getting at Gideon?
Yeah, maybe not going so far so, it doesn't get in the way of where Darian was.
Sure.
I can
Feel
do
free
an
to draw that
instant
in.
action whenever.
You cannot do any instant actions, your grapple is that action.
Oh, okay. I don't really know.
Sure. Basically, when you're grappling, you both are acting in the same turn. You're both taking the instant action, fighting inside a grapple, and then the results allow you to pick, like, results. So, so your successes allow you to pick results based on who won. And if you won with an exceptional success, you pick 2, very simply. But that was both of you taking instant actions, and you were both sharing the initiative of the quickest person, because you were contesting. Alright, excellent. And yeah, you have no issue doing that.
And that's just reflexive, since I've already got control over shadows.
Yeah, this room's your bitch.
Alright, and then there's Blindy there. Do I really want to finish off Blindo? And I could continue hurting this one. It's, almost out of lethal boxes.
Gonna be honest, Blindo is pretty useless, and I'm not trusting my dice luck right now. So, you wanna go after non-Blindo?
Yeah. I'll attack non-Blindo.
Like there's Blindo and then that one, and everyone knows that one is the one that isn't Blindo, or the one that Gideon's having the fucking squeeze of death with.
2 damage.
Alright, you have finished its fucking lethal boxes off. If you deal any aggravated damage to it, it will begin deteriorating like the other. Alright, Blindo, hero of our people. Hit DCL. No. Alright, good try, Blindo. Maybe you should stand up. Blindo stands up. It is facing the wrong way now. Poor Blindo.
I assume it's not like 5e and you get any attacks on you whenever you stand.
Nah.
I haven't been able to find anything about opportunity attacks or similar in this game.
Pretty sure no.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they didn't want to do them to like.
Their combat can already take a surprisingly excessive period of time.
Fair enough. Alrighty, so
Good job, Blindo. DCL.
I'm going to, after like trying to on the backswing hit this this one and miss, I'm just gonna bring my machete around and make the attempt to pingush it in the eyes again.
Sure.
It'll have its defense, so -4, but because I am made of willpower and salt. More willpower spent and more vitae.
The more salt you are made of, the better, frankly.
Yeah, this is basically me from not knowing exactly why, but I get a bout of salt, and I'm just like, oh no, fuck you, and try even harder to smash at it. So +1 because it's -4. Actually, it's a -2. It's +2 because it got attacked. And finally, a good hit.
That's one hell of a good hit. 5.
It's 6 damage because I was using my machete. I forgot to take it.
Sure.
So it's 6 damage and it has the blinded condition. It literally has a machete sticking out its face.
Alright, and you have dropped it into fucking into aggravated damage when its action comes around, which is very, very soon. It sure as shit is gonna be deteriorating. And Etienne deblinds herself.
Yay!
Let's see. Take off the bleedy eye, and she'll like walk around you in the corridor to like not block the room, and she'll start pulling out her harpoon crossbow.
I will offer her the assault shotgun.
Oh, I mean, you're going before her, so you can fire a barrel and she'll take it off you afterwards.
I can't hit shit.
It's still, that thing is still being held, so you can't miss it.
Well, I can certainly do better than not, you know.
She insists. You take a barrel, it'll be fine. She'll fire the other one. You can share.
I'm not even trained in firearms.
She insists that she will be taking you to train in firearms at some point. Anyway, now freshly Blindo is going to swing at someone with a machete sticking out of his head. It fails. And it falls over. And it takes bleeds an aggravated point of damage on its turn. Rose, you're up.
I'll peek in and take a shot.
Alrighty. I believe in you.
I don't. Because this is, yeah. I don't even have to roll or add the modifiers if I got chance die selected, so.
Yeah, just pop a d10 in there.
Did you roll?
I'm waiting for it to come through. Could just be lagging. Alright, so no. You deal 2 salt damage to this thing. However, it's
That was one.
Huh?
That is dramatic failure.
That sure is. So...
That means beats and something bad happens.
No, you don't get beats.
You don't
for
get
a
beats
roll
when
one.
this one's a chance. A
Pretty
chance
sure.
die's dramatic failure is a dramatic failure no matter what.
It's come up before, unfortunately we don't.
Yeah, if you get 0 successes on any roll, you get a chance to turn it into a dramatic failure, which gives you beats. If you get a 1 on a chance die, it's a dramatic failure. There's no reward there. There's no
beats
trade-off.
because- I get beats because my tilt affected me, though.
Ah, well, fuck. You know what? That's true, actually. Your tilt is the reason you were taking a chance die and got a dramatic failure. So yes,
There
you
we
do
go.
indeed get beats. Well rules, lawyered, good madam. No, thank you for the bits. So yeah.
You get bits, I get beats.
Exactly.
That works.
Yeah, I think that your inexperience with firearms led to you not exactly loading this shotgun too well. You know when you snap it back in place with the barrels loaded? You didn't snap it back in place properly and it backfires.
Ooh, that sucks.
So you take 2 bashing damage to the face and now you're blinded by
Ow.
salt in the eye.
Ah!
Salt! Why salt everywhere?
A lot of blindings these days.
Yeah, this game has
And
been
I'm
very
getting
blinding
blind
heavy.
already, and
Yeah, you just you just blow this fucking shell out of your own face.
why? Why is life so cruel?
I just had a very interesting observation there.
Alright, so Gideon. Surprisingly enough, it was not killed by salt shotgun rounds, because you better believe if it only had an aggravated hit point pool, it would have dealt double to it. However, it's getting -5, so it's just rolling 3 dice, and I failed. Let's see that roll.
Strength plus brawl.
Strength and brawl.
Come on, you can do better than it this time. I believe in you.
I believe I can fly. You know what? 1 is still better, so you succeed. Choose an action.
Pin it. Make it so it can't take actions.
Ultimate surrender.
That might be the best option at this point.
get on the sofa and suplex it into the floor.
Yeah, I'm going to pin it.
Stop resisting.
And I'm going to face the beast and see if I can get inside of its head and see what it's afraid of.
Sure. Give it a go. What's my pool to defend against this? And also, I believe you can't quite restrain it. You can hold it. You have to succeed again after a hold in order to restrain them. So you can hold it, which means it is trapped, and neither of you can apply a defense. You were using take cover
Once again, a composure blood potency.
Composure blood potency, so it gets its whole composure of 2 dice. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. 2 successes.
So for exceptional, I have to get 5, right?
Correct. Also, as this turn wraps up, it takes an aggravated. Oh wait, it has hella fucking penalties, so it was a chance die and it failed, so you're gonna be okay. Assuming you get a success?
Oh, I'm sorry, I just kind of lost myself there.
That's fine. I once was lost, but now I'm found.
Was blind, but now you see?
Well,
Very ironic for this situation now that I think about it.
Sorry.
Show me.
So you become what this thing fears, is that right?
Yep.
Let's have a look.
And what do I see in this little nightmare world?
Face of the beast. Do you even know what you appear as, though? I suppose it's an important question. Let's have a look here. The opponent gains the fear condition, and it can be the source of the fear. Crit successes, you get to see what they are actually afraid of and to exploit potential of it. No, so it's just afraid of you. I'm afraid you don't know what it is that you are that scares it.
At least you're getting some comeuppance. You have it pinned. And
You have it held in place, and it's terrified of you, and it's still sobbing terribly at your horrible words in its ear.
If anything, it's probably grossly sobbing.
Oh my god, I look like the literal devil to it. I don't know what it's actually afraid of, but I told it all its friends want to kill it, and what it most fears. I am the literal devil to it.
Yeah, and because it's all the same like pale white, its tears are the same color as its blood. Spooky.
Christ.
Tim.
Can this stop? Just tell us what you want.
So this guy in front of me is blind and prone, yeah?
Correct.
So I've got a +2 bonus and you can't apply defense.
Correct.
Yeah? Just give up, skeleton.
It fucking dies. Boop.
Damn it! Does that mean I can't pick up my machete from it as free action anymore?
It's no longer free. It's an instant to retrieve it from the ground.
Ah, it sucks.
Oh god, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it would fuck you that badly.
I mean, he's got so many more knives, it's not an issue. And that thing still has a stake sticking out of its goddamn chest, guys. All you have to do is push it in and deal damage with it.
This one, I
That
mean,
wouldn't kill it, that would just stop it.
all right. Let's assume.
Well, so you assume.
Let me see.
Alright, on Blindo's turn. It's blind and it's not looking in the right direction. It's gonna try and make a test to find you. It will use hearing. And fail. Yeah. Roll me a d8 DCL since you are the blinder. 1, 2. Alright, it trips over the sofa. Your turn, DCL.
The blinder, the blindee, and the blindo.
So this thing that is being held right now and is sobbing and afraid is defenseless. So you could try and finish that instead of chase after Blindo, who has now tripped over a sofa.
I mean, I can, but Gideon looks like he's having his fun.
He does look like he's having fun. I mean, it also looks like he's being pinned in some kind of like rape crouch, but whatever.
I was about to say he's very disturbing, kind of rapey fun.
It looks like he's having something.
I'm just not gonna touch that little corner of the world. That's a little
At
disturbing.
least he's behind the shadow curtain.
Yeah, let's not touch it. So this one has the stake out of its heart, right?
Yep.
So what you're saying is ultimately Gideon is doing Nazi things.
Yeah, so it's an unarmed -3 brawl DCL. However, if you do a singular point of damage, you will finish punching a stake into this thing's heart and probably dealing aggravated damage to it.
Well, unfortunately, my brawl is shit, and I have 2 strength, so it's not gonna go well. My brawl is like literally nothing. I use knives. I don't fight with my bare hands.
Fair enough. Yeah, no. Finishing punching that stake into it is actually probably harder than just hacking into it some more.
All right, so I can whenever I use pincushion, I can remove it as a reflexive action. But since it's on the floor, is it still just going to be an instant to pick it back up?
I'm afraid it's an instant to claim items off the ground. It is no longer like a standing threat.
All right. Let's just use the knife some more and be a little bit of a dick. It has a little bit of bashing left, but I'm going to completely immobilize this thing now that I know it can't heal by also pin cushioning its arm to hamstring it.
Okie dokie.
I will rack the victim's arm, which is even more penalties. Requiring manually dexterity. Like, it can only be reduced to a chance die, which it's mostly reduced to right now, right?
Right now it's 1 dice to hit a target that it can locate. Even though you're invisible, you're just as locatable as you were before, because it was blind anyway.
So I'm just gonna use carving to do lethal then.
Yeah. And say, like, you would turn its 1 dice into an actual chance dice it could dramatically fail on, but...
Spend some vitae. Did it actually trip over the sofa, or did it just, like, stumble?
It's like, it would probably have fallen over, but it's like stuck between 2 sofas. Like, it's got like a leg halfway propped up, and like it's just kind of stuck. It's not technically prone. It's very close to it, but it can't fall over properly.
All right, so -2 because half its defense, right?
It's blind. It has no defense.
Okay, then let's roll it. We'll use a point of vitae and swing at it. +2. Oop. Still pussy ass damage. 3 damage.
But it is 3 lethal. Right, and Etienne. She sees what's going on over here and kind of is worried about the idea of getting involved in that. She's just gonna take the shotgun from Rose, eject the bullet from its chamber, just fucking racks the shotgun back open again, and just checks the fucking unspent casing, and will help Rose with her eyes.
I mean, question: one of them is blind, one of them is dead, and the other one is being
raped,
pseudo-raped by Rem. So can we just say this is a victory? Because I don't see how this thing gets away unless there's something else we don't know.
Yeah, you could say the combat is over. It's gonna end.
There's always something else we don't know.
All right, at least for the purposes of people maybe wanting to question this, it'd kind of be a cruel bastard and hamstring both its legs and arms so that in RP it can't really do much.
You can render this thing incapable via injuries, yes, although you'll have to be careful because you might drop it into aggravated. So I'm going to ask for a test from you to, like, surgically fuck this thing's arms up in a way that doesn't finish it off.
Can I use weaponry?
Weaponry is not medicine or the art of torture.
Well, okay, so I'm asking, okay. How can I rules lawyer this?
You can try it and try to roll low with your knife to hamstring it, but when you hamstring someone, you make attacks, and attacks deal damage.
This is fair. Is there any rule for, like, doing less damage or doing non-lethal, because you can.
You can't non-lethally hamstring something with a knife when it takes bashing damage from knives. Like, you have to try.
All right, then that's fair. All right, so I'm gonna roll
Let's see here. Strength.
4 dice, I suppose.
Let's see here. So dexterity is your 4 dice, and then -3 because you don't have any medical skill, and you also don't have anything in torturing, I'm fairly sure.
Oh wait, why would it be taking minuses to hamstring it if I'm just rolling damage?
You're trying not to actually damage it, right?
Well, I mean...
Or are you actually just going to roll attacks and see if you hamstring
Yeah,
it?
because rolling attacks would probably be better at that point, and just let it get over to aggravated.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, you can roll attacks like normal. Yeah, otherwise you'd be making effectively a medicine or a torture check, which is a -3 unskilled, plus your dexterity.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll use my strength instead, because that's lower.
Alright, that seems like a smart way to do it.
First one... 3...
Probably be its own made merit, like either, and then you just choose whichever, like either academic or medicine or whatever.
Then I'm gonna use another knife, which is a not as sharp knife, so it doesn't get the +1. It's not a hunting knife. It's just a normal
Right,
pocket
so
switch.
use up all the bashing. It's got 1 lethal left, and you deal 2 lethal, which deals aggravated damage to it.
Alright, still need to be going, just to make sure.
I'm gonna stop you there. Now that you're no longer moving in like turn orders of 10 at a time, you realize that once this thing hits aggravated damage, indeed Gideon will notice it from his target. They begin deteriorating rapidly and passing away.
Alright. Then since this one is, incapable of fighting back now, though, isn't it?
I mean, it's dying, it can't fight. The fight is over.
Alright. I'm gonna come over, hold a hand over its mouth, and try to drink its breath.
Okay.
Does it breathe?
It does. Its breathing doesn't feel vital in any particular way, but it's breathing, so you can give it a go.
What do you mean, give it a go?
Okay. So
Wait,
you know...
breath drinking's a thing?
You can breath drink if you've got some special skills, and breath drinking is something Timothy has learned. Any...
Spooky Strix powers.
Yeah. So, usually, when you drink from someone via their blood or their breath, Timothy, you gain vitae. Very simple. When you try to drink from this thing, though, I'm gonna require a stamina composure test from you, please.
Alright.
And it's going to be negatived by your blood and shadow potency combined.
That's a pair of ones.
So, would you like 2 beats for a dramatic failure?
Don't go for another one. Don't kill my waifu.
It won't kill the waifu, though, I can promise.
You know, I'm gonna say no this time.
Ah. Okay.
Anything that's reduced by blood potency, I want no part of dramatic failures on that.
Alright, your intuition is rather spot on. As you try to drink this thing's essence, it's like trying to try and find a good way to describe it. Imagine you were looking at a glass of beer. It's nice, it's looking crisp, it's looking delicious. But you happen to know that it has those typical, it has the bitter notes and all the other sweet notes, and it has the fizzing sensation. Imagine you took a drink from that glass, knowing fully what a beer tastes like, but then all that your mouth told you is that you drank tap water. It is entirely at odds with what your mind and body is expecting, and you back away as the beast within you recoils and the presence inside your head shifts unerringly, and you vomit up 1 point of vitae.
Ooh.
How
Oh
does
well.
that look while I'm a shadow?
Let's see here. Make another test. We'll see if you can even retain your shadowliness. We'll go stamina,
used as
composure.
well?
No, just normal stamina. Composure, I believe. Alright, so no, you're able to keep your integrity, but, like, everyone else in the room can see it as well. Like, Timothy's shadow, like, leans over this thing. You get the distinct impression of, like, You can probably just like feel his intake of breath like a presence in the room, and then you see his shadowy form quiver as though it were trying to fall apart for a moment, and then just a horrible retch erupts from Sir Timothy's shadow, and
Oh,
it bends over forward, much like a human person would, and you just see Vitae splash to the ground from like a
Timothy!
non-mouth. It was
What just happened?
quite disgusting.
This thing, there is no vital essence in it. It is as if I had tried to feed on a damn water pipe.
Just
These things are not alive, not as we would understand them.
Not dead either.
What is your blood and shadow potency? Because it still takes damage while it's being aggravatedly bled out.
Blood 2, Shadow 1.
So
I
it
haven't had
takes
any
3,
more friends to eat yet.
Aggro 1, 2. Yeah, no, that's enough aggravated. It's dead.
yeah. Sorry, I was trying to disable it so we can take it out alive. I think it was so strong that I don't think using rope or anything we have would have been able to hold it.
Judging by the torn up mess that is Gideon's arms, that's probably a correct assumption.
Also, sorry for making a mess of the scene.
Speaking of, we should probably finish our investigation. There's something still upstairs, and then leave before the police arrive.
Right. I'm just gonna get my machete here and start obfuscating some blood off.
Sure. Say, by the way, Lily, can you do some tests? We'll see how long it takes Rose to de-blind herself.
Yeah, and hopefully it doesn't cause my condition to worsen.
If you dramatic fail this stamina test, maybe.
What would you like me to roll?
Stamina, please.
Stamina what?
Just stamina.
Oh,
This is just to see how long it takes for you to recover. It's not a physical, like, just forcing yourself to act.
Any penalties?
Nope. Okay.
Hey,
It'll take you,
I
like...
actually got a success.
Yeah, it'll take you, like, 2 minutes.
I should mention that the place probably looks like a scene out of fucking Kill Bill because Carve is explicitly like taking hacks of chunks to make people bleed.
Yeah, I mean, it's, although it's white blood everywhere, so it looks more like a Jackson Pollock painting of spooky ectoplasm.
Yeah.
It's a spooky
It's weird.
ghost.
These things, I could use my vampiric fighting methods against them, but they're clearly not vampires. At least not as we know them.
It's a
Like-
shame none of you actually
like you know
finally
it,
tried
like
to
you know it.
succeed in staking this thing, so you don't even know if that, like, does a thing to them.
I am at least a little familiar with voodoo.
Yes.
As a Apollinaire.
You remind
Are
me
these
of the game.
things zombies? Or like
Can
zombies?
you give me an occult intelligence test modified by your Apollinaire, which probably makes up for being unskilled?
Oh shit, I hope they're actually zombies. Killing zombies is on every American's bucket list.
Occult intelligence? I don't have anything in
A
occult
zombie.
because up until like recently I've been like werewolves. They don't exist.
Yeah, no, that's true. You have no occult knowledge, but you do have your actual like disciplines knowledge to fall back on, so that modifier.
So add my Carafor.
Your Carafor is your spooky discipline, right?
That's my ghosty ghost.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, that's your voodoo discipline. Bung it in.
No, I got nothing.
Can I make an
Oh
intercom
wait,
roll?
no, I actually have to roll. Oh, it actually did.
Let me look at your sheet. Yes, you can give it a go, Tim. Int occult or int academic. Let's see here.
I actually didn't have a point in occult.
Could have gone with occult instead, but you already put a lot of rolls in, and 3 wasn't enough to tell you anything. And indeed, in this case, 2 is not really enough to tell you anything. You don't know exactly what you're looking at, but likewise, you have absorbed this information. If you go to a specialist with what you've been able to observe, they can probably actually make a test as opposed to fucking guessing.
You know, they're already dead, but can I...
Speaking of, actually, Darian, you are manifest physically and uninjured. Can you take photographs of them?
Yeah, sure.
Also, I will add that Darian's invisible to everyone here.
Oh yeah, you're right. Let me drop that once now the fighting is done.
Etienne will lean in and announce that that was a very cool trick. A little bit poorly timed the first time, though.
Yeah. Fucking punch Darian's shoulder.
Sorry. Used to fighting alone. Haven't really done much unit training.
Well, do any of you guys know how to set an arm?
Actually, yeah, you'd be surprised. Actually, wait, I don't have a medical.
I will feed her
Oh, okay, excellent.
a couple points of VTech because I'm full up.
Well,
How much healing does she need?
She is on 4 lethal out of 7, 4 bashing out of 7.
Ooh, she is. She's fucked up.
I mean, she needs 3 boxes. Then she needs 3 bashing and 3 lethal back.
Wait.
I mean, if she gets healed for lethal, then that heals for bashing as well, if it's the same box.
If it's the same box. I need to think of how it looks in my head now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And she was only taking lethal, and that's just immediately doing the lethal boxes,
Yeah.
but also doing the bashing.
Yes, it's doing the
under them as
bashing.
well.
So yes, if you get rid of those lethal ones, then you're getting rid of the bashing boxes beneath it. So yes, you can. If she heals.
This is why like 3 different health bars does not really work in World.
I mean, it does for the purpose of rolling damage as it happens. Just
wait. Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes.
I thought rolling lethal downgraded it to bashing, not healed it completely.
No, it empties the box. Here, look in your sheet. I'll show you how it looks as you heal damage. I'll give you a visual representation.
Yeah. So here it is, page 182.
If it
healing is enough for the wound to fully recover. Lethal damage does not downgrade into bashing.
So here, look, DCL. Imagine you took.
No. I know how it looks if that's how it works. I just thought lethal went to bashing once you got to that.
Sure, but like, let's put it this way: your bashing fills up all the fucking way, and then you take 3 lethal, right? So then, when you heal, you start from the right here, and you get rid of the bashing first because you start on the right.
Okay.
But if the only damage to your health was this, like, lethal in the first place, then, of course, getting rid of that box of lethal just gets rid of the box.
I realize I have a lot of health.
You have a lot of health. You're a healthy boy.
How much do you have?
I think 10. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow, I'm jealous.
Yeah, he's got 10.
Yeah.
FYI, those monsters had 9.
Because my stamina is maxed and my composure is also very high. I think composure involves health, right?
No.
Something
what
else
makes
is.
Size and stamina.
7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, it auto. It's taking.
Yeah, it auto.
Yeah, you're fine. I think.
But yeah, can I make a composure empathy check to kind of get a feel of the was this like an aggressive attack or was this we are defending ourselves kind of attack? I guess it's a kind of a shot in the dark.
In what context? Sorry, you mean this fight that you're in here?
No, yeah, the fight we just got done. Were these of course they attacked after I went invisible, but what was their general? How do they feel? Do they feel very feral, or was there actually some coordination, intelligence?
Give me a. I'm a good actor test. What is it? Empathy. Empathy presence.
Is it presence?
You're trying to read a person. I believe that would be present. Oh no, wit.
Okay.
Sorry, it would be wit's empathy. Sorry, my
Wits
brain.
is for observation.
Yeah, he was observing how the feel of the room. So yeah, wit's empathy seems correct.
All right.
Let's see a test out of this. Fucking goddamn you! Why now? All right, so there are a number of clues, I suppose, about the room. When you noticed this creature at first, like you passed over it, and the very first expression that you had noticed on its face was that eerie, creepy grin. But now that you think back on it, something in its eyes seemed desperate. However, that emotion, such as it was washed out pretty much the moment you went invisible, and they just immediately sprang into fighting you. And you did notice that, fucking Gidgeon did make one literally cry by telling it that it's everything would turn against it and it had no allies, etc.
So,
And it does indeed feel fear. Gidgeon was able to make it feel fear.
to at least have emotions. Maybe not completely animalistic, but definitely strange. It's not like they said or talked to us during the fight. In fact, did they make any verbal noise except for the one that was crying?
No, they were silent apart from the sobbing.
No grunts of pain when getting hit, or even exhalations when it was attacking.
Nope.
Something unnatural's going on.
Something fucky's going on.
You could argue that the vampire part is us being a natural. Is this unnatural even for the unnatural?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna.
I mean, there
I'm
is
just
another
gonna-
point as well, and that's that salt seemed to progress them into aggravated bleed damage, which is pretty unnatural. Indeed, the one that got salted on, that it was just it was held down, and the only damage that it took for that whole duration was bleed out for aggravated, and also having been salted in the first place. Those wounds are like bubbled like way deeper than any of the others. Like they're all gradually losing integrity now. Like they're not decaying, I suppose, but they're like more. It's more appropriate to say they're falling apart.
So my knowledge of the magical bestiary is rather lacking. I get a feeling that these are not usual creatures, though.
You have no way to tell.
I was asking in character.
Oh, yeah. Gidgeon wouldn't know. Etienne will think about it and announce that she's never seen shit like this before, or heard of it even.
Well, as long as everybody stays close, I can actually, now I think about it, kind of low on blood. Was trying rather hard in that first fight.
I think I still have a few snack packs on my bike.
Yeah, I might need to go get some of those.
Really crunch that first.
You might not want to ride it. The chain started smoking.
Right.
Who knew that the oil, the lubricant on that fixed gear bicycle was so flammable?
Either way, I was asked to take pictures. I'll bring out like an actual.
If you say that they are more unnatural than even vampire kind, perhaps we should contact those two charming gentlemen that the younger vampires keep talking about. The two Winchester boys.
The Winchester Bros. They're gonna go on a magical adventure to help us solve this
Nah, they lost their touch ever since the 7th season.
Season?
Hunting seasons.
Oh, they're hunters.
I snicker all the harder.
Then why were they talking about them as if they idolized them?
Oh man, I'm gonna go over here and take pictures now before I laugh myself into a coma.
Yep. And Etienne will take 3 vitae from you, which gets her super fucking high. And
what's the artistic role again? Is it composure, empathy?
It's whichever you decided you wanted yours to be. There was the the manual talent, and then there's the making people feel it talent. Like you don't have to be good at art to make people feel evoked by a painting, but
it would be expression, not empathy.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna use expression composer. Expression composer to take good pictures of the room crime scene. It's not really an art form, but I'm gonna try hard.
All right. Give me a test. Okay, so you take these photos and you frame it all perfectly, but even like looking at pictures of them, you get this like bland sensation of nothingness from them. Like you can see these horrendous beings are like literally falling to pieces. Like there should be smells that are horrible. They should be disgusting you. They should be like just rotten up the fucking joint. They aren't. They're just so blank.
How did they feel when I was cutting them up compared
It
to
felt like cutting a person, except you felt well. No, it was closer to cutting a vampire, definitely, because they were roughly as resilient, but it was like
Yeah.
fighting humans.
These things really creep me out. Oh yeah, are they in focus or are they fuzzy? I assume since you just mentioned they're in good detail, right?
Yeah, no, you perfectly framed the shit out of these pictures, but like even looking at these things, like they don't really evoke anything out of you. You don't get an emotion or a reading.
Jesus fuck, what are these things? No,
Feeling much, much more like their fae of some sort. That's
Fae.
good.
oh shit.
Fairies don't exist.
That's an OOC remark. You can tell because it's not Slimeball voice and Tim's upstairs.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
I was about to make a character.
Tell you
responses,
what,
yeah.
would you make me an overall investigation roll, please, Tim? You can have a +3 for just taking your time, but we're going to try and expedite this bit. Like, +3 is all you can get because there are gonna be cops arriving, and your companions are now currently trying to resolve the crime scene and get cleaners on the way to, make sure they don't turn up at this horrendous scene.
Shit, maybe
Wits investigation?
Intelligent or wits?
Wits is slightly better for me.
Go for it.
So. No, I don't want to spend my last willpower.
Okay. So you spook your way around the room, and as before, there's like, shit tons of ash everywhere. And I myself, I wish I could remember how I described that room, and I'll have to go back and do it to get all those details up properly. Right now I have a pounding headache, so. Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Ram. You turn over this room, and besides like these horrendous quantities of ash, I don't believe you find anything valid. However,
Even in the bedroom?
I can't remember. Did I describe a corpse in the bedroom?
I didn't go into the bedroom last time. I got interrupted by, the fight starting.
Good, I need to check my notes.
Go into the bedroom and it's the master.
And it's a corpse. Oh, no. Okay, so you open up the bedroom door.
Oh, they're white.
Damn it, you got it! They're white.
We knew they were white.
They're white.
Nope.
Yeah.
DCL
fucking
should have
whites.
gotten a bonus to kill them because they're white.
No, not that.
Not whites, whites.
As in like.
Yeah, whites.
Whites. WIGHT.
Yeah, they're humans.
So they're white people.
Yeah, these are the white people. They're like there's the left people and the white people, and these ones are the white people. Just ride this nightmare into the ground. Okay,
But
so
in all seriousness, that's a thing in this setting?
who knows? You don't know. There is also a lot that I've made up in this setting because I like having my own rogues gallery.
Like the Botticelli being contagious.
Yeah. Damn right.
Always
It
keep
is-
us guessing.
It is usually like really cool changes.
Glad to hear it.
What do we find?
So yes, the bedroom. I'll go back to that before we wrap it up for the night. So, you open the bedroom door, and you are confronted with an individual. Their expression is blank and slack. You can see painted on their forehead in ash is the number 7. They are pinned to the wall by stakes made of iron like Jesus. Their feet are pinned like a cross, one over the other, and the hands are pinned up against the wall. Of course, this normally doesn't hold up like a properly heavily weighted individual's full weight. Luckily, no problem there. There's a stake in their chest. That seems to be doing the job of keeping them held up quite well.
Jeez.
I could make a serious point of sacrilege right now.
Slowly brings up camera and takes a picture.
Dude, gross!
Snap.
The picture comes up blurry. I'm afraid it's a vampire.
Oh shit! Is it still
the
alive?
echoes of Deus Fault just start playing in Gideon's head.
Oh shit! It's a vampire. It might be still alive.
Hold up. So yes, Timothy, what do you do?
Alright, so I'm assuming Gideon and Darian have actually followed.
Yes.
Yes, I believe Rose is cleaning the crime scene.
Okay.
Etin will be helping with that a bit.
Well,
Good thing too. You don't want Rose seeing that shit.
Yeah.
That's not likely, Darian, but possible. I'll try to reach out with my predatory aura. Is there life in this still?
This being is in torpor.
Indeed.
One moment.
They're torpored.
Wait, isn't their body supposed to turn to ash when that happens?
That's when you die.
Torpor, not final death, Darian.
However, there is a stake all the way through his heart.
Okay, yes, it's asleep. You think this might be trapped?
Do we know this person?
Yeah, actually, if they are a vampire, can I, through, my being Timothy and knowing a lot of people at it?
Specifically, no, you would not know this one. However, if you look around with your investigation of 2, you can find their identity, and Gideon can confirm that this is Jacob. Jacob Cabs, the then missing messenger. And he was a ghoul when last he was sending off a message. He is a vampire now, and he is staked to the wall.
Man, this is playing out like a bad episode of CSI. The hell is going on?
Someone embraced it.
I don't know if this was an episode of CSI. It'd be one that I'd actually watch.
It would be one hell of an episode. That and the one where Justin Bieber gets killed.
Nobody fucking gets like into a gunfight with a bunch of pale whites.
To be fair, it was mostly.
CSI.
Alright, is there any way on examining him I can determine clan or bloodline?
While he's torpored, I'm afraid not. There are no, there are no clues about him. And this beast isn't really, active or anything.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Can I inspect the stakes that he's pinned to the wall with?
Can you what, sorry?
Can I inspect the stakes he's pinned to the wall with?
You can. I'm afraid to inform you that they're going to be plain iron. They're nothing like that restraining stake that you've got on hand.
Well,
The restraining
whatever this
stake you've got was made of wood.
Whatever this is a piece of work. I can disguise him so we can carry him out. But of course,
I can just walk him out.
Of course, carrying the body is going to be an issue.
The cleaners will be on their way soon, actually. They've been called by, probably by you, DCL, because you'd know that, you need to get cleaners here now, so the police don't turn up for real.
Yeah. Well, the cleaners, do we have any good reason to believe that somebody would have called the cops from what was heard? They didn't make any noise, but
There was a
Shotgun
double-barreled shot.
blasts?
That is a good point.
Yes, indeed, shotgun blasts are being taken away from the entryway to the room, but I do believe Rose will be able to hear approaching sirens. You might have to do some fast talking, because them getting in and seeing this before cleaners can call them off would be bad.
I don't have any fast talk, but I could disguise myself as a person who looks like a typical American who would own this place.
I mean, Rose looks like a typical American who would live in a shared apartment.
I was saying typical American as in typical gun owner. I should have been more specific.
Regardless, let's one thing at a time though. I need to update the side job details.
Let's wait before doing anything with him. Make sure the trail is clean, and the cleaners will be able to bring in a large enough van to carry the body.
Will they be here before the cops?
They probably are the cops.
I have every confidence in Rose's ability to talk the police down.
Does have nice boobs. Tends to help.
She is also a Ventru, Darien. Do not forget the powers of the clans.
I know.
Spelled with a C, mind you.
D-Sale, you do remember that we can both walk out with this body and no one would pay us any attention, right?
Oh yeah, it's not about us walking out. It's about getting the vampire who's pinned out. Even though I could also just like walk him out.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm a fucking thief. I don't talk to the cops. I'm gone before the cops arrive.
Talking to the police got a lot easier ever since I learned the ability to make myself look like a white person.
Rose, you have the power to influence their minds.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Seems like the option is to take him down and start carrying him back to the individual.
But if you just have them hold off with your powers, and there is a great deal more we might be able to learn if we have time. There are these other apartments here. I do not believe someone can be embraced and then staked to the wall without someone overhearing it. So they are undoubtedly empty, and there might be a reason why they have been emptied.
I got nothing.
You rather talk to the police or I talk to the police? Either way, we need a plan right now.
Are the sirens? Are there sirens in the distance?
Yeah, there are sirens in the distance.
Yeah, the cops are on their way, and you can probably now, like, after you've managed to pick up shotgun shells and scoop signs of like weird white gore in through the door and close it, while your friends are upstairs and examining this vampire. The like flashing of lights across the outside street are now present. Let's just pull you here. Also, your girlfriend / ghoul is high as fucking balls right now.
By the way, Rose, can I ask you for some vitae?
What?
You can share vitae, right? I mean, that's what you did with your
Yeah.
Darien, that's like propositioning her for anal sex. Don't.
I mean, that's why I asked her and not the
Not
two white guys.
necessarily anal, but I don't know why you immediately went to anal. Do you have an anal fetish?
Look,
He doesn't have a vagina.
Because it's, the thing. Who asks for anal on the first date?
Focus. Vitae, I need it. Disguise.
Okay. I will give Darian a point to vitae. You're gonna have to make a thing.
Alright, time to make a test.
Vinculum thing.
Against a blood bond and vampire vitae addiction.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shit. No wait, I forgot that was a thing. Never mind. Forgot. It's been a while. Forgot that vampires
There's a
can't.
reason we have taboos against it.
I forgot that those were a thing. It's been a while. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was just like, just share vampire blood.
Yeah, no, the reason that her ghoul has received vampire blood is because it's Rose's ghoul. She's already addicted to her.
Shit. Right. I'm just gonna have to try to wing it with what little vitae I have left.
You could go into the saddlebags of my wheels.
I mean, you
There's
could
a backpack.
technically ask to feed it on at the end, but I mean, it's a little weird.
All right,
My
right.
girlfriend.
So, I'm gonna go to the saddlebags real quick, get some vitae. I'm
afraid that when you go there, you find that no, those were all consumed.
Shit. Can I borrow your girlfriend real quick for a quick love bite?
Uh,
Not a thing that can happen.
Wait, did someone steal? Did someone rob me of blood?
No, you drank it all on the journey. It's all gone. You haven't got any left.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we made jokes about this old man just
Supping on his Capri Suns.
I just need the 1 point.
Etienne?
I don't fucking know. I'm pretty bitted up right good.
Consent.
Seems like dubious consent, but unfortunately there are pressing matters right now. I will
Then
apologize
here,
later.
Take one from me.
Well, go over and give her a quick little nom. Just take the one vitae.
This is fucking bullshit.
No, she can't consent.
I'm sorry. This is just gonna.
I
have to-
offered one from me.
Oh
God damn
wait,
it.
no, but blood fucking
You
violation.
need it now, right?
Yeah. But let's not risk that. All right. Let's just. I'll handle.
Look, you can get the one, but you fucking suck my dick.
I will fucking suck your dick later. I will handle the punishment for dubious con later.
Rose, you heard it say, right? I get to fucking dumb with my dick.
You
I'm
have
gonna-
a dick?
Of course.
I heard it. I heard it.
Awesome.
I'm gonna run back downstairs. I'm gonna obfuscate myself to look like. Okay, what kind of apartment is this actually?
Should obfuscate yourself to look like a cop. Say you're already on the job.
Nah, that's too dangerous. Because then if they're like, "Oh, I don't know who you are on the force," then that gets questions asked. And if I look like one of them that they know, and I'm
No, you can't be a cop. You're black. No.
also that. But yeah,
You don't-
I'll try to look like a guy who looks like he might be like a typical Republican gun owner, but still would live in this place. I'll obfuscate my machete to look like a shotgun. Actually,
You
yeah,
could just
yeah.
borrow the shotgun that was used to fire, and then
Yeah, I'll
insist,
borrow-
look, it's fucking rock salt. Ain't no danger to nobody. Maybe a bit of
then I'll-
blinding.
I did shoot at some craters.
and then I'll obfuscate one of my knives to look like a gun license.
Okay, I'm gonna need a test for that. How familiar are you with gun licenses?
I know Hedra.
That's true. Alright, go ahead.
Could I just add in a little bit of information that DCL might know?
What?
Using rock salt as a shotgun blast is common for pest control when you don't want to actually damage your walls.
I actually wouldn't.
Don't maybe DCL know, but I mean, does Tim
I'm
have
not a gun
do you
guy,
have
so-
firearms training at least?
I have no firearms training.
Does anyone?
Can I do? I've got 2 dots.
You can tell him that, yeah. Yeah, you could be the one to tell him this then. You can actually inform him that that's you basically holding a big, deadly rat/ghost killing weapon.
Okay.
And
So
I'll help him for, making a facsimile concealed carry license. I don't know.
Sure.
I just have to get the general feeling right, because what I'm basically doing is
I mean,
kind of assuming. I'm kind of feeding them the assumption of what it would look like if it was.
of
genuine.
course, yeah. I mean,
Okay, make
Tim.
sure you're a fat, white, balding guy and a dirty wife beater.
Okay.
No, I'm.
Guys,
only-
1 second, please. So, DCL.
Yeah.
There are photos of people in these rooms. You can choose to look like someone who lives here. And Timothy has a concealed carry license. You can just make it look like your picture with a bit of obfuscate. You literally have all the tools you need. You do not have to overcomplicate this. It's just a short skill
Yes.
test.
We'll do all of that.
It'll probably need a bit of effort to get me to wiggle that specifically out of shadow form into, physicalness,
And-
but.
And if you really run into some trouble, I can work my dominate magic.
Also,
In
is
fact,
there-
Etienne could work dominate magic as well. The both of you can mesmerize.
She's high as fuck.
She
right
is
now.
high as fucking balls, though. That's true.
Real quick.
She
Real
might
quick.
just tell the cops to suck her dick.
Real
That's
quick,
possible.
are there any female photos in this house of people who live here?
Yeah. One of the 3 people that you fought was indeed female as well. Let's have a look here.
Okay.
There's probably a photo of one in like just the other room of the apartment, which you can quickly get to.
All right, I will disguise myself as the female. Better chance for empathy, and I'll kind of look like I'm a little bit distraught as I'm waiting for the police. Just a little bit, not like, oh, there's obviously something that went wrong.
Sure thing. All right, and yeah, and eventually some police turn up at your door. One of them is waiting by the just by the open door to his car near his radio. The other one appears to be walking up to the front of his apartment door. Did you close it or leave it open?
I closed it, but I'm waiting outside.
Okay, so yeah, he'll walk up to you. Are you holding the gun?
Yes, I will be holding the gun. It's gonna be like off in a chair or something. I know I'm white, so there's less chance of me getting shot, but let's not take that opportunity.
Sure. So it's like just off to your side.
Have it like broken open as well.
Yeah. She'll be a little distraught, and she'll be like, Hello, officer."
Ma'am, we heard some disturbances. Sounds of gunfire.
Yes, that was me. Okay, can I just get a chance to explain the situation?
Of course you can, ma'am. Is everything quite alright? Is everyone safe?
Yes, it's just all right. I don't like talking about it, but we've been having rat problems for a while, and it's rats, and you think that things are gonna be fine, but these things were gigantic. I mean, I didn't even know they make rats that big. You have to understand. Like my husband, my boyfriend, my fiance. We haven't been married yet, you see, but he's a avid gun owner, and both of us we believe very heavily in the Second Amendment. So we got some rock salt. See, it's right up there over on the chair, and and things just escalated after another, and one of the rats just started running towards me. So I just,
Alright, ma'am. I'll just take a quick look at your gun here. I don't suppose you brought a license out here with you, did you?
yes, I have the license and paperwork right here.
Alright, he'll check the shotgun first, and you're like, alright, evidence of gun fired. He'll look into it, broken open. Not exactly well cared for. You should make sure to keep these things clean, you know.
Yes, I tell him to do that all the time, but he just likes to collect them.
Now, ma'am, it's not just the man's job to be cleaning the gun out, especially if you're intending to use it.
All right, that's fair, officer. I'll keep that in mind.
And he will, snap it back into place and make sure it shuts. Well, albeit, it looks like this thing even backfired at some point.
Oh, yes, that was a whole problem, but it was fine. Nothing happened. I was the one firing it, and other than scaring me half to death, I'm fine.
Well, alright, if you're sure, ma'am. And yeah, then he'll break it open again and pluck the cartridges back out. I recommend, and he'll like glance over at the paperwork and see a picture on it. Yeah, I'll recommend then, you should definitely clean this and please tell your neighbors before you go wandering around rat hunting with a shotgun.
Like I said, it wasn't supposed to be the first choice, but they were very big and we were very scared.
I don't know, we might have to come in at least and have a look. And then he's nudged by his companion police officer, who is, calls out to him, some inconsequential name I can't be asked to make up. We got a call, we gotta go. He goes, what?
Officer Chunk.
Yeah. Fine, okay, ma'am. Yeah, alright. You take this inside and make sure that it's properly unloaded. And
Alright,
you have
thank
yourself a
officer.
good day, ma'am. And also, it's getting late.
Thank you, officer. We're sorry for disturbing you, officer.
Alright, just make sure it don't happen again. Might have to apologize to your neighbors, too. And he will
Yes, we'll do
pause
that.
and look over. There's, like, just a similar building to this one, like a little bit away from you guys, and he'll nod, and you can see, like, someone's curtain shut. No doubt there's some frustrated old lady there. You know how it is. And he'll,
Always the frustrated old ladies.
yeah, the neighborhood watch is onto your shirt. And he
Don't
will
you
return
know
to his
those
car, and they
ladies
will
are
drive
like
away.
cameras?
Pardon, sir?
Don't you know neighborhood old ladies are like organic cameras for security?
It's true. I mean, they're better at spotting vampires than cameras.
All right, so I'll go back inside the door, kind of and like wipe my head away, wipe my brows, and go and call up. They're gone.
Yep, and just as you do so, you can like see that there is a new pair of like headlights bringing light into this like front of the apartment. It is a large van.
Ah, they're cleaners at least.
Yep. And as they bundle out, Timothy, you would have had a chance to look over more of the body, and you realize something interesting. This person's heart is on the other side of his body. It seemed that would be why the staking didn't kill him.
Staking isn't normally fatal, it normally just torpors.
Is it just full force torpor?
Yep.
Yeah, it immediately puts you into torpor
Right.
if your heart gets
And-
staked, but you don't die of a final death unless... But you do that and then keep going.
Right.
That's true.
Steak, cut your head
I-
off, burn it, it works.
Regardless, though.
Yeah.
His heart is on the other
Burn
side.
body, bury the severed head with a clove of garlic in its mouth. But yeah, that's fucking weird.
Everything about this is
I
weird.
don't know, happens in
That's weird.
one in every 40,000 people or something. And he probably had pretty unique blood to get ghouled up in the first place.
What medical condition has your heart on the other side?
I can't remember, it's got a name.
It's called being this main character.
There was a guy in Fist of
Hold-
the Star with that.
Hold on. So once Darian informs us that the cleaners are here, I'm gonna shift out of shadowiness and start pulling stakes out.
Sure thing.
Do the extremities. Well, do the feet first.
Oh man, talking to the police is way easier for a cute white girl.
If you would like to help Gideon, then one of us can, probably you, can catch him when he drops.
Wait. I'm on it. I'm the intern after all.
Yeah.
You would have been at the bottom of the stairs while they've been doing this.
No, I think Gideon's the intern.
Oh wait.
Gideon
if
is
I'm
the
still-
newest. Oh no, you're like down there, and this is just one room, by the way, DCL. Like, if you think of these 3 yellow boxes as windows, like this is one room, and this is where you were all in. So no, this is where you were all in, and then there was this one here, and then upstairs is the black room, which had the guy pinned to the wall, and then another room that's basically the same as the other two.
Okay.
Actually, that might be an idea. Can I intercult to see if heart being on the wrong side is indicative of anything more than just he's a freakish 1 in 40,000 mutant?
Yeah, give it a go.
And this is the sort of thing that might be specific enough to come up with knowledge.
Again, you're pretty sure there is some kind of case for it, but it might just be superstition as well. Like, people of that nature are just a bad omen.
Oh, by the way, it's called dextrocardia, where your heart's on the opposite side of your chest.
Thank you.
It's called being a freakish mutant. So are we able to get him down safely?
Yes, you're able to do so. Do you pluck the stake out of his heart?
I say no for now.
And it missed his heart, didn't it?
Sorry, yes, the stake in his chest even, yeah. It makes no difference whether you do or don't. He's been punched into torpor by violence.
I say we raise him, Master Gideon. Either of us knights, our blood should have the power to do it. What do you think?
Your blade?
Can the two of you please make for me a test?
What kind of test?
It's a fun one. I need to just check a thing. Give me a barest of moments.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
Break me up, piece of that.
I don't remember. Alright, I think it is resolve, composure, and blood potency, please.
Ooh, this is a fun one.
So I have 7 dice to throw at this. Do I add my shadow potency?
No.
Oh, can I choose to?
Become more and more of a Strix.
I don't think so in this case. No, it's too specifically vampire-y.
And Strix are pretty vampire as well.
They are,
fair
but
enough.
not in the same way. It's not a pilot of your body.
You're fine. Gideon's strong.
Gideon
man.
has blood potency 3?
Wait, what?
Resolve, composure, and blood potency, so it should just be 2.
Where'd that extra one come from?
I guess you just hit the wrong key.
However,
Oh,
think it makes a
okay.
difference.
I thought I still had to compensate for a health thing, but no, I'm
oh,
good.
yeah, you're good.
So,
It's
my
fine.
bad.
If I cut off that last digit, either the 2 or the 7, I know which it counts as your extra roll. That doesn't change the fact that you've got 6 successes. Both of you are fine. However, Gideon, you also recognize what it is that tried to take its root in you. There is something about this kindred's being that it twists at you a little bit, and it's a weird sensation, and it's one that you have felt before.
Similar to the steak.
No. Similar to being around the Botticelli. You also get the sneaking suspicion that being the ones to lift this individual up might not be a good idea. However, this individual is probably a lead. Quite important lead. Because it ties them to Jacques the Blind, who, according to Terina of the Mortrophians, works for the 7.
We shouldn't be doing this. Can't you feel it?
Feel what?
Sensation.
I can't put my finger on it.
Similar to what we felt with the eyeless.
Strange.
Hey, you guys doing all right up here?
Even as you ask that, the cleaners are now, opening the door and moving in. You can see they've got, the typical plastic bags, and they're about to pull a John Wick on this place.
I love those cleaner scenes.
They're great. They are who I envision when they come to, fucking clean down a scene.
I love John Wick in general.
John Wick is just a good movie.
It
Both
is. I enjoy them. But yeah.
Can't wait for 3.
And the most realistic gun fu I've ever seen.
And anyway, before we climb away from that, what do you do? Because I also want to wrap this up. I need to close my eyes.
So, to wrap up,
Do you try to wake this individual up, or do you leave them be to be taken away by the cleaners? And if that's the case, do you go with them to the Elysium?
I feel like it should be important to question him if he wakes up. He might know.
He's not going to wake up on his own.
Yeah, but I mean, we're going to take him to Elysium so we can help him wake up, right?
Eventually, perhaps.
I mean, he could be important to this entire case. He should be top priority in getting up on his
hold on,
feet.
you said that the feeling that I got was, something about, I'm sorry, I kind of missed it, that I shouldn't be messing with him or something?
Yes, you get the idea that trying to interact with this person too directly it's just not a good idea.
Should probably tell the cleaners that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm just gonna relay all that feeling I got.
Yeah, he'll look concerned, all right, sir, we won't try and wake him up, I suppose. Are you coming with us? Or which elder do we take him to?
To the bartender.
Sir Timothy.
No,
Yes,
don't take him to the
greetings.
Elysium. Don't take him into the Elysium directly. A safe house close to it.
Not dangerous, huh?
If this feeling spreads, it could be dangerous.
All right, as you say so, sir.
But do warn an elder.
Of course, well, I mean, we can let the bartender know after we've got him sequestered away. In bindings too?
That one might be best.
Alright,
I think-
if you're sure.
Mayhaps I should go with him just to make sure nothing happens.
Say, do you explain this whole weird sensation thing while Rose is in earshot?
Yes.
So, Rose, you have a pretty good idea what he's fucking talking about.
Do I?
Yeah. Not that you might not want to tell your companions, but
This weird sensation and
this
Related to the
twisting,
Botticelli?
yeah, this twisting of the body related to the Botticelli.
yeah.
Look, if we didn't have anything
Yeah.
else major we needed to do for the night, I'm gonna head over with the body and make sure nothing happens to him.
I think several of us may need to feed Darren.
I've got
That
some stuff I
fight
need to do.
was-
Yeah,
it
like
took
for
a
me,
great deal
says
out of
Etienne.
us.
Yeah, it certainly did. But, I don't know. Can't help it, but I'm a little bit paranoid.
Have 3, not just a pair.
The Invictus can supply us with some blood. After all, it'd be an on-the-job expenditure.
Why don't you go just seduce some lady and/or dude, depending on your preferences?
I mean, I use expression and dexterity from my magic fingers, and no.
I'm gonna break you.
Don't forget, you owe my ghoul.
She doesn't even have a dick.
Ah.
That's where you're wrong.
Besides, it's not gay if you suck a girl's dick. Everybody knows that.
That is
2008.
that is true.
Then she just busts out a tackle box of dildos.
Rose will say, I disagree. It is super gay when I do it.
It is really
Yeah.
good when you do. It's cool though.
Besides, you think strap-ons? You think strap-ons scare me? Remember that I was trained by Hedra. Those were dark days.
I still do.
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
You're both lucky and unfortunate, I guess, in your case.
If I remember rightly, I had heard of her a bit in character, so you'd start by holding my hands out about forearm length, and then start slowly extending the distance between them.
I give him solemn nod, and my face just flashes as I look like I'm a hunted soldier from like some old war.
Just tell me when to stop, or my arms are too short.
Okay, I don't need to know that much. Hopefully there's still something tight enough that I can feel.
Right. Well,
Etienne is, by the way, saying this really loudly while the cleaners are like, starting to pack away bodies and getting a bunch of weird looks.
Let's get out of here.
Okay.
I'm coming with you, the cleaners. I'll heal up and restore my vitae after I'm sure that the body's secure. But I at least want to be there for the ride.
Ooh, we need to go get in touch with Claire.
If you are overseeing it, Darien, then I will hunt.
Oh,
So,
by the way.
Gideon, will you join me?
It's been. I don't believe I've actually hunted yet in this modern age. Surely it'll be amusing. Speaking of, you're a ghoul, a daywalker, yes?
What?
Etienne will blink. I can walk in a day, sure.
She's not Blade, if that's what you're asking.
Blade?
No,
The Daywalker?
the
The vampire who can walk in the day?
nor am I Jewish.
So much to catch you up on.
Eh.
Oh shit.
And yes, she is a ghoul, so she can walk in the day.
Oh, excellent.
Quick
question.
I am willing to give gold to purchase a new vehicle. I seem
Oh,
to have destroyed my old one.
Quick question: is this
What
session
era are you from? When did they use gold?
one person at a time. DCL, what was your quick question?
Era?
Is the game about to wrap up?
Yes.
I only asked because my fast food place closes in 30 minutes, and the only other place to eat is like 20 minutes away.
That's fine. We'll be about to wrap up. That's cool. So yes, no. Etienne will inform you that she's Rose's ghoul, so she's not really one for running errands. But if you're about to mark her up with gold, she'll be like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll get you a car."
No, smaller. I need something nimble but fast.
A
Fucking-
motorcycle like mine?
Fucking motor.
Maybe not quite.
I can get you. We can get you a Prius.
Maybe, you know what? I bet you'd suit a chopper.
No, I think Sir Gideon would look quite good on a crotch rocket.
No, he needs a Vespa. You know, start him off small and work your way up.
Haven't you ever heard of a Florin?
A Vesper that's just racist.
I didn't know he was Jewish.
You could get him one of those Vespas from Grand Theft Auto.
The Faggio? The Faggio is a great bike. I don't know what you're talking about.
It is both an insult and a meme at the same time.
Yep. So yes, okay. I think he swapped the phone. So yes, my
And
dears.
Gideon pulled out a couple florins out of his pocket.
Fucking
Why do you
Florence?
have florins? Hold on, I'm gonna look up on my phone.
How much a florin is worth?
Florin. Yeah.
It's worth more than a goddamn Faggio.
And
They're worth approximately $140.
Each.
Oh. Like, just one won't get you really.
I mean, that'll get you a Vespa.
Just imagine he hands you just like 10 of them.
That'll get you a bike.
Faggios are absolutely useless, so it should at least get you that.
Alright, anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
if
sure
you
we all want
anything
to...
more powerful.
Guys, I would actually like to wrap it up, though. But yes, if you are able to supply the money, Etienne will help you fetch a new two-wheeled conveyance. It won't be anything particularly flashy, but it will do its job. Yes, DCL can pile into the van with the cleaners and probably also just help do some cleaning. You've probably been briefed on how to do it yourself, so the work goes a little bit quicker with you there. The rest of you can go hunting. Rose, you can take Etienne home and also make calls to Claire and pass information on for them.
Mm-hmm.
And now let's go and see your aspirations score in. Let's see here. Open folder again. There you are. Go to my little aspirations tab. We'll bring that over for the stream to see. Okay, so, Rose. You have helped him with his job and 2+ beats. You know what? I think I'm going to put another plus in there. And others who had that similar one are probably going to get a plus on it. It's going to score in big when it happens. Fix your vision, no bonuses, and survive the fight against the pale beasts. You score that in at 2. Congratulations. DCL, you chose not to took a 3rd, so you have in a violent confrontation kick the most ass, and considering you invented blindo, I'm gonna say yeah, you can score that in with a 2. Excellent. As we've got do not allow agents of the 7 to kill or torpor any of my companions. I'm going to put a plus in there since you've gotten through one occasion, but the night is not yet done on whether that might still happen. And Gideon survived the fight against the Pale Beast. You get to score that in at 2. And assist your co-through with the side job has another plus in it. Good stuff. And you will get 2 end of session beats. Any questions? For some reason, my Roll20 is... Sorry, my, you stop sending me sound.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I don't know why. It totally fucking jacked out. So I just thought you were all being quiet for once so I could get through it all.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you now.
No, I tried to ask you a question several times.
Ah, I see. What was your question?
My shaking a few trees, do I get my third?
That gets the third plus,
plus in
yes.
that?
Correct.
I guess since I'll ask if this needs to become a make-believe merit or if I need to try to find something. But for later, like if I want to start using obfuscate to disguise myself as people, right? And I want to try to talk to them, can I use like expression composure or something else since my presence and manipulation is absolutely ass when involved?
I believe I believe the original obfuscation to appear as that initial roll, but any skill tests you make can be made with your actual, you know, skills. You can't change how discipline works unless you like make your own bloodline, but you can still like use your expression and stuff just for the skill tests aspect of it. You do still have to succeed the obfuscation initially, though. I'm afraid.
Oh no! Like if you're talking about it's like what I'm trying to do is like say I'm trying to pretend or act out a role. Like I would like to use different roles that I can like say are associated to acting rather than having to try to presence and manipulate. Since my roles in that are shit.
Those are related
But
to acting, so
I mean, my justification would be that because I'm using the obfuscate, the face in the crowd or whatever, it would kind of cover for what I'm lacking. So what I would mostly need to do is just be a convincing act, rather than like having to try to be manipulative or bullshit. Even though it is kind of that.
I mean,
I'm
it
trying to
still
bullshit,
is.
like-
You're trying to bullshit more dice, but you already get just modifiers for using obfuscate in the first place. So you would, for instance, add obfuscate dots to that shit, wouldn't you?
I mean,
Like
yeah,
the game already covers it. You're already getting extra dice out of the fact that you're using supernatural powers to be a liar in the first place. Like you can't throw the wrong skill test at it, but you can still add obfuscate dice to the skill. That's what they're there for, really.
I guess I'll just have to level up.
I have put some things from Obfuscate, Familiar Stranger in that Scowl in Roll20 chat. Scowl might want to look at.
Yeah. All right. I'll look at that because I'm not in Roll20. I'm on my phone right now. About to get some.
I mean, I assume you know how your own discipline works, but
I did, but it's been a while.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I'll look over that when I get back home. That
Yep.
was the only question I had. I hang up now so I can order some food.
Yep. All right. Take care, dude.
Ciao.
See us.
ah, I get it. Ciao.
All right. Any other questions?
Just wanted to thank you for running today. It was a good time.
My pleasure. It would have been nice if I didn't have a headache the whole time, but such is the way sometimes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Could be worse. It wasn't a full migraine.
I have an unrelated question.
Sure.
Is Blue Rose done yet?
I believe we're one
more
session away.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Then you can start trying to corral some of us for innocence.
Indeed. That'll be interesting to try and set up.
Oh god, also I'm now currently looking at the fundraising Kickstarter. It's at 99% to being finished for voice acting in Dizzy Hearts, the game about cute lesbians for elves.
Nice.
So hopefully that wraps up soon, which will be nice.
Don't you want to do your sign off?
Yeah, I think that seems like a good time for that. So, if you're watching in the stream, or you're watching in the VOD, I hope that you have yourselves a lovely motherfucking good time, and please do take care. Watch out for vampires.
Bye stream.
And
Bye
whites.
YouTube.
Like and subscribe.
White and subscribe.
Be like Blindo. Keep trying, even when you fail.